what it has taken to just get to this point. After all the ups and downs and all the movements, we've been trying to get things rolling. We're still working on things as I am speaking for tonight's race. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NR Night in America. In the moment, as of this moment, there's still things being done, this flight of the Bumblebee, to make sure we go racing tonight. And guess what? We will be racing tonight. Why the old overlays? Well, because there's a whole lot of new problems. How about that? How about we just start off with that? A whole lot of new problems. Rain isn't the problem. Rain's a good thing. We're excited we have that. But the last hour and a half has just been something. Something I don't think I can even comprehend of how things have gone. Old overlays? Yes, indeed. Rain? Very much new. My name's Jonathan Ramos, the voice of NR. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to iRacing in the rain. Well, if you have been living under a rock, you would not already know that rain has made its way to the system. Originally, it dropped around 3:30 Central, which would have given us just enough time to test all the overlays, test the rain itself. There was just one problem. There are so many people trying to join and race in the rain that it crashed and bugged the system out. So because of that, we had to go ahead and delay the update for us to get in here and make things work. As you see on your screen, a little bit of blinking here and there. It will soon be resolved in just a moment. Actually, we'll go ahead and do it live. We've had to do so much just to get to this moment. We're gonna make us go ahead and run into a situation that we really don't want to be in, and that's to go ahead and edit things live quickly. So 60 drivers will go down to 40. We'll get into more in just a moment. Wow, I gotta catch my breath, honestly. This is not the most professional way to start a broadcast, but it is the way we are doing it tonight. So the original overlays that we do have, the new overlays in NR Night in America, have bugged out. They have crashed with the new update. So we had to resort to a backup. You see a lot of drivers out here running with paint schemes that, well, let's just say they don't exactly have on, because even trading paints is down. iRacing has dropped rain just within the last couple of hours, which means there's going to be new bugs. There may be issues, but at the end of the day, this is night one, and there'll be multiple nights to come where we will be racing in the rain. We're watching a car on track as of this moment roll around and get things going. We're still looking at improving, checking things out. Chad Hornish, there he is on your screen. Can't confirm that is him rolling around at this racetrack as well. So let's go through it. Finally, the rain did come back for us to use. We tested it at Watkins Glen. We said, we're good to go. Watkins Glen, that's going to be what we're going to have to use for race number one. We loved it, Glen. Nothing to worry about. Overlays crashed. Overlays had a malfunction. Things had an issue. Within the last 10 minutes, I spent about $80 to $100 just to get this stream up, it feels like. But guess what? We got it rolling, and it's money well spent. Qualifying underway. The only problem is, yes, we are having to resort back to the old overlays just for tonight. Updates as well. We're looking at doing 3 races in the rain tonight. Austin Byers, John Connor, Justin Connor, Dale Greenwood. 60 drivers have worked their way to Watkins Glen. Only 40 will take the green flag. 3 races tonight. If we get 300 likes, we'll do race 4 at a dirt track. There's the new micro sprints that have made their way onto the scene, and we're really excited to go ahead and use. So we're keeping an eye on things as they do roll on. More things to look at, more things to uncover as we get ready to go green. We are looking at doing SRX tomorrow night, and we're going to continue to update things as they go on, just because there has been a lack of testing for us to get to this moment. So you will see us touching things, playing with things, just within the next couple of moments to make sure we do have a good broadcast. Now, you do see the blinking in and out. That's because SDK runs on a completely different system than what we are used to. Gavin Austin, top of the board, first one to go ahead and get something in. Trading Paints has also been loaded on. And because of this, now we're going to take the time to back out of this session. Back out, come to me. Now that we have the system rolling, we know that we can race tonight. I cannot explain what we have gone through in the last couple of moments just to get to this moment here tonight, right here, right now. From overlays to making things work, I'm just excited that we will be racing. Now, we'll say if the overlays do not work out whatsoever, we will race without overlays on, but we will go ahead and still broadcast. I'll probably have to go radio style to explain how many laps are left in the race, what's going on. It is a 30-lap race, so I do want to point that out. And our night in America fueling victories all year long. I did have a new background overlay, not just the Darrington Woodworking Florida 500, ready to go, but due to iRacing dropping back in the last couple of hours, it has definitely ramped up a situation that we do not want to be in. But at the end of the day, the show must go on. So even if we have to go ahead and change some things up, that's exactly what we will be doing. So I'm checking things, I'm looking through things, I'm making adjustments live on this channel because we had a stream at 7. We are streaming at 7 as of this moment, but we will be here for the green flag. The big thing is 60 drivers have joined on in, only 40 will take the green flag. The quicker we can go ahead and kick the bottom 20 out, the better. So a lot of things to look forward to, a lot of excitement underway as we get ready to go green. And we're hearing some words that drivers have also gotten a glitch as well. Well, streaming on the day of an update, there's always that risk you take. There's always that opportunity for things not to work, even when you try your hardest to make everything up to standard. So I do want to point out, no matter how things go tonight, we're going to have a stream tomorrow. The tentative plan is tonight's a success. We get 3 races in, and tomorrow we get to do SRX without the rain. Rain is something that we all worried about heading into. We're all wondering how things were going to work. Good news is we're in. The good news is there are drivers gridded up to go racing. The good news is we'll be going trackside and check in just a moment to see how that all looks, how that is all working. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to go green and let's have a great night. Live from Watkins, Glen. Lines up and loaded, Chad Thornquist. Aiden Walker, he's to his outside. Now, we won't be able to show too many overlays for a good reason. We're focused on just getting the racing in. So at least for the start, we know we will be shrinking the tower. We will be changing things up just so we can race. Very sorry for the unprofessional broadcast that we have at least started out with, but you can see with the rain, the frame rate, everything in between, it's going to push things to the limits, and all the drivers know that. I know that. Everyone that has worked with me today knows that it's going to be a challenge. It is a real challenge to get things rolling. But I can confirm 40 drivers have lined up, ready to go green flag racing. Kevin Champagne, some of those guys still need to be taken out of the session. Once they do, we will be ready to roll as we get ready to go green. So 40 drivers taking the green flag here tonight. Race 2, we want to have it. We plan on having it. Same with race 3 and even a race 4 possibly. But it all comes down to how things go. It's been a fun day. It's been an eventful day. Very, very eventful day. But we're ready to go green. And we can confirm Chad Thornquist is on pole. Now, if we have to, we will be delaying the green just to make sure everything is up to standard. The rain is falling in Watkins, Glen. We want SRX to happen tomorrow, no doubt about it. But we're excited to say one thing. We got cars rolling on the speedway as we get ready to go green. We're trying to do something we've never done before, which means for the second stream in a row, new challenges, new opportunities, more excitement, Well, that means we are threading the needle of innovation. We're pushing the limits of what this system, this simulator can take. So I can confirm as of right now, we are going to get the one to go. Let's go ahead and say those magical words. God, speed, drivers, you are go for throttle up. 40 drivers are racing. We will only be able to show the top 20. That's on the left side of your screen. Will Shack, Chad Hornish, and so many others are lining up and getting ready for that great race in action. We'll mainly watch what's going on up front and be relaxed on yellows. What's gonna happen? Only time will tell. Are we prepared? Only time will tell. Are you excited? I guess so. I'm pretty excited. I'm excited. I'm nervous. Did we have enough time to set this stream up? Only time will tell as we get ready to go green. Sit back, relax if you're a viewer, because rain is in the forecast in iRacing. For the drivers, stand up on those seats just one more time, because it's going to get loud and proud. It's a sold-out virtual crowd as it's raining hard and deep in Watkins, Glen, New York. The Finger Lakes region. Up in the northeast, we'll see rain throughout the entirety of race number 1. Let's get it going. Let's get it started. BMW, Porsche, Lamborghini. So many great manufacturers that have never won a race in NR Night in America have the opportunity to do so now. The pace car makes a hard ride on the pit road, and 40 the best with the lights on. Get ready to light the fuse from Watkins Glen. Sun coming out, one spinning into the wall. It's Hector Coloso. 2-3 machines going around up into the outside, trying to avoid. Now relax, yellows are on to keep track of the racing up front. Another slide, that may have been the Drew Jewell machine. He's down into the inside wall. No, that was Ethan Stanley. Didn't get enough practice or testing early on. Chad Thornquist leads off the S's, under fire from Gavin Austin. That's the big thing too with iRacing delaying the start of this patch going out. Not many drivers are able to get testing, but it's Porsche out early on, entering the carousel at turn 5. Gavin Austin up in a second. He's in the Ray-Ban Ferrari, the machine that is on the thumbnail of this great event. Walker, Armstrong, Drew Jewett, Lane Sanders up the 6. Not known for running up front in our night in America, but when the rain strikes hard, he's rolling forward. Chad Hornish, the driver related to Sam Hornish, up inside that top 7. Has Marty Shamela, has Dale Greenwood, has Josh Kenyon, who's now into the outside wall. Ripped the nose off the WeatherTech machine as his Mercedes goes for a slide. Now the rain is under medium conditions. We tested extreme. It did not work out very well. But to go ahead and lead lap number 1, it's all Chad Thornquist, who's up front. Gavin Austin in second. Aiden Walker has now fallen back to that 3rd position. Joseph Armstrong into 4th. Drew Jewell up to 5th. Lane Sanders rolls his way through. Now, cautions will be enabled throughout this race, but due to rain being an impact of the night, once again, relax, yellows on to start. Here's Will Shack. He's in the tow of Marty Shamela, the ice white machine. On the inside, that's one of the Lamborghinis. Dale Greenwood goes to defend there in his BMW and can keep that machine at bay, but Greenwood goes way too hard in the bus stop. Slides left, slides right, will lose the opening position to Marty Shamela, who now creeps his way inside the top 8. So we've worked our way through Anthony Burrows. Back in that 20th position, we're used to seeing him run up front, but nonetheless right now it has definitely been a race of keeping your wheels pointed in the right direction. What a view. Has Mosteller there in that Ferrari, right in line. Oh, he's gonna get turned. Burrows around. Mosteller gets tagged and the caution will wave. 3 laps in. We've already had incidents all over this racetrack, but the rain has definitely kicked back that these drivers that have never ran a single race in these conditions. Gives us an opportunity to catch our breath. Once again, my name's Ramos, the voice of NR. And oh boy, what it has been to get this stream started. The twists and turns, the uncertainty, the new challenges. I feel like the last 2 streams has been really nothing about challenges, nothing but challenges, should we say. But definitely has been exciting. Mosteller went ahead and tested in the rain earlier, one of the first drivers to do so. Would be involved in that incident. This is under green. Let's go see what happened. Watching Anthony Burrows. Mike Mitchum went for a slide. Mosteller then loses the spot to the Lamborghini. It's a Huracan. This is through the S's. One dicey to the bottom. And just see how tough it is. So one thing about tonight is everyone will be learning together, not just myself as a broadcaster, not just the drivers, but you as the viewers. Usually before a stream, way beforehand, we get information, get data, and then we present it to you. But with literally the update basically coming out 2 hours ago, it's all about what ifs and what's next. So they're already wrecking way before the Anthony Burrows machine arrived on the scene entering turn 6. And, well, let's start with an incident, obviously. And that looks to be with one of the Mercedes. Levi Leip, no, he didn't get tagged right away. That would be Will Shack coming off the carousel. Hydroplaning, you're going to see a lot of that too. Snap the rear end, try to save it, and just got right into the side of Matt Deason. Now, most of the machines go to scatter and get out of the way, but you have upcomers coming through. Mason Moriarty, he was looking to find a way in. And once 2 or 3 machines go around, there's really not a lot of places to run. One of the key things that I did hear from drivers in the one and only test session that we did have before this stream, they can't see when they're lined up nose to tail with another machine. Once they get in tow with another car, they can't see what's in front of them because of all that rain that's being kicked up. You ever driven in Florida during the summer and all of a sudden you're on the interstate, you're on the Florida Turnpike, and you see that huge cloud that's just dead ahead of you, and you're thinking to yourself, oh boy, I'm having to go through that. And when you then arrive on the scene, it's nothing but rain slamming the windshield. There's cars in front of you hydroplaning. And then all of a sudden you're thinking to yourself, do you pull over? Do you keep going? You're gauging off of any lights in front of you, and you hope other cars have their lights on. That's what these drivers are going through. But instead of about 40 miles per hour on the turnpike with heavy weather and rain in the area where you're supposed to slow down, you're doing this at over 100 something. You're having to go through turn 1 at Watkins, Glen, hard and deep in. Then you have to ice skate through the S's. By the way, the S's go uphill, which makes it a lot harder. Next thing you know, you have to go full on, put your pedal down to the ground, and then head into a hard braking zone. That's the bus stop where you know there's a good chance the driver in front of you will go ahead and overshoot. Follow that with a carousel. Nice, tight carousel into another long straightaway. Turn 6, turn 7. Do that for about 30 laps and tell me if you can go ahead and master it without any issues. Testing, even the best drivers made mistakes. Mosteller, Braden Movick continue to have issues. Joseph Armstrong, Gavin Austin went around. Drew Jua went around as well. Now we're only going to have 25 laps to go in this race in just a moment. But at the same time, learning, that's what tonight's going to be about. Now, if you're a viewer and you love what you see here at NR Night in America, one, I want to say thank you for coming on out. Number two, we hope you're enjoying your Tuesday night. I will not be streaming this Friday. I'm going on a media trip for a bunch of tracks. I'll be broadcasting live in person in 2024. So I'll be all over the place, up in the Midwest, doing a bunch of great things. But that gives us an opportunity to stream tomorrow night. What's a new series that has come in this update? How about SRX? That's right, SRX is new to iRacing. We won't be able to get it done tonight, not at all. We will, on the other hand, be able to get it done tomorrow. So we do plan on going SRX racing at a bunch of grassroots short tracks tomorrow night. Maybe the fairgrounds, maybe Stafford Springs, maybe we go to Myrtle Beach, and I heard they even work on intermediate. Who says we can't go racing at Phoenix, Texas? Things to come. 25 laps to go from Watkins, Glen. Turn 1, Chad Thurnquist. Well, he now has experience dive bombing on through and shows that it's not an issue. His big competitor is going to be Gavin Austin here tonight. Oh, trouble. Outside wall in the S's. Benjamin Walker. Aiden Walker, should we say, goes for a blink one, sliding Gavin Austin. Lines in, Joseph Armstrong, caution's gonna wave. And he is hard into the outside wall. Now there was heavy blinking, and as you see on screen from me, we are having that same issue. But here's the big thing, the drivers themselves have notified me that what you see on stream with the blinking, they are also experiencing at the same time due to how much the rain is filling up that GPU, CPU, everything in between. Let's go ahead and watch back to see what exactly happened. This is down to turn 1. I think out of all the drivers right now, Chad Thurnquist is really the only one that's been able to master it. Gavin Austin's down to the inside. A lot of drivers said they will have to avoid the rumble strips due to standing water. So if you see a lot of areas where there's a lot of dips, you want to avoid your tires in that area. Gavin Austin now in this second position, you're going to see in a moment, may have had some help from Joseph Armstrong. Aiden Walker went around in the S's. Oh, that's because he did not turn for the S's. You see him go right into the outside wall. This is what we want to see right here. Here's Joe. Inside there in that Yahoo 22. The Camel 22. Yahoo has an associate sponsor. Gavin loses all speed uphill into the S's. And you attack this right off the gun as of what you're used to attacking. You can just see Joe got right in the back end of him. And there was nowhere to go from there. So the caution waves for now the second time here at Watkins Glen. We're going to have a smaller scoreboard, at least for the start, to save the GPU, CPU. As you guys know, we're not using our traditional overlays. We're using the old overlays that take more on the GPU and the CPU, which means we do have to innovate, fluctuate for what's to come. It is definitely raining, if that's what you're wondering. If you're just joining on in, rain has arrived, and it's not going anywhere all night long. So the real question is, where do we go for race 2? We're already 24 laps to go in this race. We have it as NASCAR on the top. It is not NASCAR racing tonight. It is very much GT3 action as we get ready to go green once again. But rain is in the forecast. We talked about where we're going to go for race 2. Would you like to see Circuit of the Americas, Sonoma, Sebring, other tracks that we have yet to test? We're doing Watkins Glen at first, mainly because we saw this as a track that we could run because we already have so much information on it. But even with the lack of information we have, we knew Watkins Glen was going to be a great base. And here's an update, pit road wide open. The Porsches have been definitely the ones to beat. Here's Lane Sanders. You can ride on nose with him. Chad Thurnquist second. You got a Lamborghini in third. That's Drew Jua that has arrived on the scene. Chad Hornish in the Ferrari. Marty Shamela, Lamborghini. Keith Shoemate. Carter Lambert. Justin Connor. Micah Curtis. Will Shack. Miles Davis. Michael Mitchum, David Joyner, Mason Moriarty, Robbie Richard, that's top 15. Joseph Goff, Max Steinmeier, Josh Kenyon, Cooper Phillips, Justin Champagne rounds out your top 20 with Tobias Matheson, Jackson Carr, Ethan Stanley, Will Byers, Anthony Burrows, top 25. Already got a lot of drivers out. Levi Light, 26. Gavin Austin, 27. Joseph Armstrong back on the racetrack. He will be restarting that 28th position. Moss Steller looks to be restarting in the 29th position with William Schmidt looking at restarting 30th. Jason Beckman, one of the drivers out. No update on Aiden Walker. He's still on pit road. And other guys just looking to complete this race. Well, we're going to get ready for the restart. I want to say we do plan on streaming tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we plan on streaming tomorrow night. We know we haven't been able to get any promo videos out about tonight due to the delay that we did experience. But we're ready to roll right here, right now. Chad Thornquist, shown to be one of the better drivers in these conditions. The driver out of North Florida, followed by Lane Sanders, a driver out of North Alabama. It's the Ocala driver versus the driver from Alabama sitting in second, Drew Jua, Chad Hornish. They'd love to go ahead and give these guys a run for the money. Lights off on the top of the Porsche pace car. And we'll get ready to try this once more. Single file restart. Hugging that yellow line. 22 laps to go from Watkins Glen International. Marty Shamela downstairs. That's on Chad Hornish. Tiptoeing his way up through the S's. Drew Jua found a way up the third. But can it hold on? Lane Sanders struggling to keep that machine at bay. It's Lamborghini versus Porsche. Jua goes for a slide into the guardrail. Gets the battery fired. We're going to keep it green. And Sanders will find himself out into open air. Chad Hornish under pressure. That's Marty Shamela on the outside. You can see it's so tough to see. Downshifting, ice skating. This through the carousel. Keith Shoemate, Lambert, Justin Connor, Micah Curtis have all worked their way through, but it's in our zone. Chad Thornquist, that's putting on a clinic. But can a Hornish catch him and pass him? That's going to be the real question. Marty Shamela is now up to that third position. What a ride for the ice white machine. But Chad, well, he's got a Hornish looking to make way. Back to the line with 21 laps to go in the race. Thornquist through the S's all on his own. And he's got nobody within any type of view. You can see Hornish just struggling to hold on. He's got Shamela, he's got Shumay, he's got Lambert, Justin Connor, Micah Curtis, all looking for a way through. And I mean, he is putting on a clinic. 6.5 seconds over the driver in second. Well, Porsche's having a field day, having a great night here in the rain. Marty Shamela, P3, Keith Shumate, Carter Lambert. Lambert up to that fifth position. Hornish, 7 seconds and dropping like a rock. Shamela in that third position. And now the question is, what's it going to be, right? I mean, you can catch Hornish, but can you pass Hornish? I would say right now, if you're going to pass anyone, it's going to come off mistakes. You already know rain is very much in favor of track position if nobody makes a mistake. But look how tough it's going to be for Marty Shamela to see heading to turn one. Forced to jump to the outside. Chad Hornish. Oh, not really back to the gas the way he wanted to. And the Huracan is dead set on the back end. There, the Ferrari. Shoemate, Lambert, Justin Connor. Chad Thornquist. Look at the lead he's got over the driver in second. Hornish is just now working his way off the S's and into the bus stop. Sneaking in, tiptoeing, Marty Shamila. And right now we're starting to hear words, drivers once again saying, we cannot see. It is tough to see in these conditions. You just see from this view. Under fire, Justin Connor, Micah Curtis. Curtis to the outside, looking for a move. Won't get it to turn 6. Continues to tiptoe, bend, and try to run. Switch back, turn 7, the Ferrari to the inside of the Porsche. There's a pull alongside, wheel to wheel. Looks like that's not going to go ahead and work out. Chad Thornquist an 8-second lead over Chad Hornish. Tonight looks to be the race of the Chads. Nonetheless, now we're here. That's an 11-second gap over first and second. There's Marty Shamela. He's up to the 3rd position. Now, due to performance issues, we're only showing how many laps to go there is in the race. Why? Once again, we didn't have enough time to really test the performance of the rain with the overlays, and due to our original overlays not working with the iRacing update, we're forced to go to the last gen overlay, should we say a throwback, for the night. Run it down, Marty Shamela, well, he's about a second and change back to Chad. But Hornish having a career race in our night in the marathon, turn 5 with 19 laps to go. Well, let's look around this racetrack. Here's Lane Sanders sitting in that 23rd position. Dale Greenwood up to 16th. Joseph Armstrong fighting another well-known name. That's going to be Justin Champagne for position. Joe sneaks through. Justin clip the grass there in his Mercedes-Benz. And you can see right now he is struggling very much with getting grip around this racetrack. Jackson Carr, he's your qualifying king. He's stuck in that 13th position, hasn't been able to crack up inside the top 10. Looking around, Gavin Austin, we talked about him at one point, possibly contending for the win. He's back now in that 18th, should we say now that 8th position. Well, the sun is peeking through, but it's not really drying the track. Justin Connor's up to 7th. Ethan Stanley is up to 6th after making contact early on with the guardrail. This is what he sees with 2 machines dead ahead of him. Well, look once. He's not going to get it there. Enter the bus stop. That's going to be tough. Exiting the bus stop may be a field day. Looks high to the outside there, Shoemate. Carter Lambert. Lined up in tow, sitting in 4th. $18 laps to go in the race. Down to 17, Chad Thornquist. A huge lead over the competition. It's a 15-second gap. That's what they're calling it. From first to second, some drivers are going to come to pit road. That's Gavin Austin coming in that 9th position. Max Steinmeier in the 8th position. Riding around, just not going to go ahead and worry about how things are going around him. He's very pleased where he is. Max Steinmeier having a great night. You can just see the intervals right here. From 2nd and 3rd, it's pretty close. This is about a second and change. Lambert, Stanley, that's going to be a battle for a spot, as those 2 drivers will be nose to tail, and Ethan Stanley will ring around the outside quickly and say thank you very much as Ethan Stanley now cracks inside the top 4. Shamela, Hornish, Carter Lambert, Justin Connor, and Keith Shoemate, who is slow in the bus stop. Micah Curtis, Jackson Carr, Miles Davis. Back now in that 12th position. Chad Hornish now 15 seconds to make up. The good news is he actually broke into that gap. He got down to Thornquist to about 14 seconds. Now the real question is going to be tires. We've already seen Gavin Austin come to pit road. He is struggling big time with how that car was handling. Justin Champagne off track from what we're hearing, but still doing everything he can to hold on. Here's Joseph Armstrong under fire. That's Max Steinmeier in tow, looking to the outside. Looking down. Looking up, Anthony Burrows, 17, Justin Champagne. Known for being an oval driver in NR9 in America. Always wanted to master the road course side, but even in the best conditions, maybe top 15 driver at most. He sits 20th in the rain. Hornish, Marty Shamela. What is it going to take to hold on? Now, being the first to win in anything in NR Night in America is always special. You want to be the first to win. Oh, trouble, Shamela. Inside wall will be right in front of the oncoming drivers. The caution will wave. And we'll stack things up again. Wow. Gonna go ahead and shake things up. Let's go take a peek. Now this was a lap earlier. Looking to chase down Chad Hornish. Uphill, we can just see how much it's a struggle for some of these guys. For Chad Thornquist, he's thinking, oh, we couldn't have gone to the end. Are you kidding me? I had this massive lead. We had it all locked in. Everyone else, they're just saying, heck yeah, we're closing up. Now, I want to point out, due to this being the first time of us having rain, we decided to do something we haven't done since late 2022. That's add fast repairs to a race. That's right, we have not done it. I don't think we did it at all in 2023. We're going to see what happened with Shamela. I wouldn't be surprised just got on the strips. Everyone is saying they have to avoid the rumble strips because of how slick it is. Left side's on the strip. Right side's on the strip. He's going to get into some standing water on the right side. You can't really see it from that view, but you can see all that darkness, that shade on the track with the track continuing to change up. There's a lot more standing water than there was earlier. Right side's get into it. Starts hydroplaning. Next thing you know, he goes for a slide. And if you know what? We're going to go ahead and use another in-person comparison. If you've driven in Florida over the summer at any point, including on the turnpike or on any of the interstates, you have found standing water. It's when you have that big dark cloud ahead of you and all of a sudden it starts downpouring. Then all of a sudden you realize, man, that's a lot of water. Well, when you hit that standing water, it's almost like hitting black ice in a way, but you still have a little bit more to control than you would having black ice itself. You can run hand over fist, you can counter steer to keep it going, but if you're carrying way too much speed, it will knock you right back, and that's exactly what it's just done to the MC Motorsports machine. Caution out once again, Chad Thornquist. He is your race leader. He is now working his way around this racetrack. There he is. As we get ready to go back under the green flag conditions. Thornquist, Hornish, Stanley, Lambert. Lambert, should we say, Justin Connor, Joseph Armstrong, Max Steinmeier, Marty Shamela. Now back in that 8th position. Once again, fast repairs are on, but just for this race because it's the first time many will be experiencing the rain in NR Night in America and on iRacing. Jackson Cars back to 9th. Miles Davis back to 10th. Josh Kenyon, Gavin Austin, Cooper Phillips, Daniel Mosteller, Levi Light, Lane Sanders, Keith Shoemate, Micah Curtis, Justin Champagne, David Joyner, Michael Gudger. And so many others have lined back up. Chad is thinking one thing. Hey, let's not get another caution. Chad Hornish is saying, let me not allow Chad Thurnquist to get away. Because one thing has been proven tonight, or should we say the sim, this evening, afternoon, it's been all about Porsche. And it looks like it is not changing whatsoever. Let's go green. Chad Thurnquist is going to have to hold them off for another restart. Has the opportunity to do so with it being single file into turn 1. Hornish ready to strike. 13 to go at Watkins Glen. Steinmeier Company looking for a move. Ethan Stanley around the outside. Pulls alongside Chad Hornish. Ethan Stanley slots into second. Now that's how you get it done, and we're going to have a dogfight for the win. Both the Porsches have since pulled away. Joseph Armstrong to the back end of the Ferrari. Looks inside. Looks topside. Pulls alongside wheel to wheel of Chad Hornish. But entering that bus stop, he's got to go ahead and pull it back. Hornish holds on. Stanley holds on. Everyone ice skating and scattering, entering the carousel. And Thurnquist is thinking, all right, this is the first time tonight I'm going to have any pressure. Green means go, and he's got to go in a hurry. Just about half a second, the difference between the top two drivers. Chad Hornish, slide out of harm's way. Max Steinmeier, Marty Shamela, Jackson Carr. There's Gavin Austin. This is what it looks like when you have 3 cars in front of you. Ethan Stanley, one of the best road course racers in NR9 in America. Now on the stepping stone of clinching a way through Chad Thurnquist. I'll be knocking on the door here once again shortly, but Chad just so strong here in the rain. Now how about a Florida-born driver? He knows how to race in the rain. He knows how to drive in the rain as well. Comes into a simulator. Experience tonight will mean something. Jackson Carr now to the inside of Marty Shamela. Looking, peeking. Just trying to make things work. I don't think that's going to work out, but Ethan Stanley is there, and Chad Thurnquist has got to run. To 4th. Down to 3rd. Rolls the center well, will grab a gear just one more time as he has daylight to the inside. Chad Thurnquist goes to block. Stanley opens the door on the outside. They will be wheel to wheel entering turn 1. Stanley, what a save off that outside lane. Still pulls it alongside and holds on to the contest for that top position. And don't look now, Joseph Armstrong has crept in to that top 3. Unbelievable stuff. Stanley looking for the move, jumps the curb. Looks downstairs, wheel to wheel. Chad Thurnquist, the drive off the carousel. And it's 3 drivers under a blanket. Porsche shown to be the most dominant car in the GT3 class. They'll have just 10 laps to duel it out. You see it on your screen. Chad Thornquist, the driver in front. Ethan Stanley, the driver in second. Joseph Armstrong, the driver, sitting in third. He's in the hole and he's just waiting. Stanley, different line into turn one. Forced to go topside. But Chad Thornquist starts scooting away. And half a second. We know Stan is really good in that draft. The long straightaways have been his best friend. Well, Joseph Armstrong, how conservative do you be? I'll tell you one thing, Chad Thornquist hasn't made a single mistake this race. Has just been on it, loses that rear end, entering the carousel. Joe goes wide, nearly on the flat. We'll get that roller coaster drive off turn 5 to close it into about 3 or 4 car lengths of Ethan Stanley. Oh, Thornquist lost the rear end. A great save out of the Porsche. Joseph Armstrong's off. He gets the right sides in the litter and keeps it pointed in the right direction. It's now down to a 2-car show with 9 laps to go. Want to point out 60 drivers attempted to qualify. 40 took the green flag. You still have about 23 on track. And Stanley's so much better when that sun just peeks out just a little bit. It's not drying the track, it's just heating it up just a tad to give him a little bit better off performance. But here's an update on the weather. It's 90 degrees out and raining. The only one that was excited about that combo of the temperature, Chad Thornquist. He's leading. And 7's the difference right now between the top 2. It's a Porsche 1-2-3. It's never been done in NR Night in America. Matter of fact, a Porsche has never won in NR Night in America. A Porsche has only landed the field of the green flag as a pace car. Tonight, you will see possibly a manufacturer get their first win and their first 1-2-3 if we don't see another caution. 8 laps to go this time by. Oh, stand wide on that rumble strip. It really hasn't affected him as much as it was in the past. There's only one issue. He has now lost time to the Chad Thornquist machine. He's about 8.6 back. 2 laps to go, he was half a second back. Joe P3, Jackson Carr, Miles Davis, Marty Shamela. Josh Kenyon, Mercedes looking for a top 10. They do have a win at NR Night in America. It came with the Gen 4 stock car all the way back in 2021. Shoemate, Justin Champagne. Champagne to the inside. Oh, just can't seem to find a way around the Shoemate machine. Looks top, looks bottom, inside, outside, no big change. Stanley losing a grip hold on the Chad Thornquist machine. Top 3, under 4 seconds. With a shoot of 6 and 7. Oh, you can just see that rear end is not working the way Ethan Stanley wants it to. Chad Thornquist has just been dialed in tonight. What a comeback by Joseph Armstrong. At one point was 18th on back, 1 outside wall. Not Miles Davis, that was a lap machine. Might have been Levi Light. No, it was not, but that machine will work its way to pit road. 7 to go, heading to the S's. What a race for Joseph Armstrong. What a race for Miles Davis. It's now a Porsche 1-2-3-4. BMW would like to go ahead and break that up. Jackson Carr sits in that 5th position. It's going to be tough. See how it will work, if it could work. Chad Thornquist, big mistake in the bus stop. For the first time in a couple laps, advantage Ethan Stanley. What's it gonna be? Stanley in second. Joe in third. Miles Davis in fourth. 6 laps to go from Watkins Glen. Big downshift. Stanley finally gets it under a second. One thing we're able to realize with this rain racing, it's very much momentum based. When Thornquist made a mistake, he was about even off speed with Ethan Stanley, but ever since then, Stanley hasn't making up time. And remember, when Stanley made a mistake, he corrected, but Chad Thornquist was still able to make up time. What makes road course racing such an art form is there's so many opportunities to make a mistake. So when you do happen to be perfect in wet weather conditions, it's something that can be admired. But right now, with 6 to go, Stanley may have just caught lightning in a bottle. He closes into about 2 car lengths to that of Chad Thornquist. Kicks up the standing water. That's gonna be tough right there. You saw Joe avoided it completely. Thornquist slides the rear end. I'm telling you what, he may be tearing those tires up, but he's absolutely just dirt carring it through these heavy braking zones. Are we dirt racing or are we racing in the rain? Chad Thornquist may not know the difference, but I will say this. With half a second, the difference between first and second, with 5 laps to go, something's got to give. Now, there's more standing water on the track than there was when this race started, which has made it more difficult. Every time that sun does peek out, it does help with that situation. Stan has been the man in Sector 2. Thornquist hits the guardrail. Stanley closes in. 4-7 the difference. 4-5 the difference. Looking for a 4-3. Oh, he's got something here. He's right on the tail of the Porsche in front. Ethan Stanley has won some of the wildest races in our Night in America. He's also lost some of the wildest races this community has put on. Who remembers Chicago Street? Last lap, 2022. He went into that final set of corners and was shunted by David Carrera. Lost the race, comes back a year later, performs the same move on Mostella. The only difference is he made it work and went to victory lane. He's been the king, he's been the bridesmaid when it comes down to racing. Doesn't like being second when battling for the win, but with 4 laps to go, it's time to make a move, and he makes a costly mistake, heading uphill into the bus stop to the S's. Lost that rear end, it's just not enough grip. Now entering the bus stop. Thornquist, for the first time in 2 laps, a 1-second lead. But he has struggled on this end of the speedway multiple times. Stanley up and into the rough. Thornquist with the track position starts scooting away. That's so tough. You have to go through that standing water. Once again, you see Joseph Armstrong avoiding it altogether. 3 laps to go. This time by. What a race it has been. The stream definitely stumbled out of the gate, but looks to rebound with an incredible finish. Stanley goes wide. Didn't gain him any time whatsoever. Now it's a second and a half. What a race it has been from Watkins Glen. I want to say thank you to everyone that's dropped a like on tonight's stream. We're looking at only having 3 races tonight, maybe 4 if we hit 300 likes. But an incredible run by Chad Thornquist here tonight. Jumped out of the gate early while so many struggled. He seemed to be a master of racing in the rain. And within a second and a half advantage, with just 3 laps to go, he's the favorite to find victory lane. But he has made some mistakes. In 2023, was winless up until the last stream where he got a win at Daytona. In 2022, he dominated, was considered one of the better drivers of NR Night in America. He wants to turn around the glum and sad moments of 2023 by winning in 24. With 2 laps to go, he looks to do just that here in the rain at Watkins Glen. He's have lap machines right in front of him, which may play a role, but with Ethan Stanley still a second and a half back, and yes, closing in now. Time may have just ran out on the 91. Smooth on entry. Struggles off exit. Allowed Stanley to close in to now 1 second. Through the carousel, over the strips, and has to navigate the standing water. 1 second the difference between first and second, with just a single lap remaining when they cross the start-finish line. This is the art of racing in the rain. This is the art of NR Night in America. Salamanca, 1 to go from Watkins Glen. Lap traffic getting out of the way. Thornquist. Smooth on entry. Look at Stanley trying to carry as much momentum. And he did just that. 7 the difference now between first and second. I'm not saying it's over. I think he's going to have a shot. Chad has got 2 machines in front of him. Lap traffic now pulling out of the way. Stanley's going to have to be bold. To the bus stop for the final time. Lap traffic, 1 sliding top sign in front of your leader. Goes around, Stanley, half a second the difference. Last time off 5 and heading to 6. Stanley half a second back. The brace for the final 2 corners. Stanley a lunge. Desperation move. Turn 7. Swings. Misses. Chad Thornquist will win the first rain race in NR Night in America. Stanley second. Joseph Armstrong will battle back for third. It's Miles Davis versus Josh Kenyon. That will not see a wheel-to-wheel action. Marty Shamela 6, as Chad Thornquist will see victory lane. How about it? David Joyner, top 8 in the prime Lamborghini. Chad Thornquist victorious, was not able to do a burnout. He went right into that outside wall. And and has absolutely demolished the nose of that machine. Let's go ahead and talk with your race winner. They're a great race from Watkins, Glen. Where are we going race 2? That's up to you, ladies and gentlemen. But so glad to go ahead and have the great race in action fun at our night in America. Feeling victories all year long. Well, stumbled out of the gate. Once again, apologies for that, as we are still looking to find what the limit is on the new iRacing updates. We do not have the opportunity to show the new overlays that we have for this stream due to the iRacing being updated twice, forcing us to run it back on the old overlay system. But Chad Thurquist was poised for victory lane and was able to get it done. Thurquist, is it John? You got a copy?
What do you think?
Well, we were learning. You seem to have figured it out right away. Walk me through it. You win the first rain race in NR night.
Oh, it was very interesting. I love the way it handled. That's the closest thing you're probably gonna get to what you see with your own 2 eyes behind the wheel. Braden Muffy probably would have had this sealed and done with had he raced, but he said he had other stuff to do. It wasn't too far off the racing line, but with all these banked corners around this track and the puddles next to the curves, you had to kind of run the middle through each corner. And then the carousel, that's what I was focused on the most. It was outside on entry, and then you had to diamond it off the corner to get a run. It was obviously slippery, but there were a few moments where I almost got caught out.
Yeah, I mean, it looked difficult. We had to go back to our old overlays just to get it going. How was your performance handling?
Phenomenal. I didn't have a single problem the whole race.
Really? That's awesome.
Really?
Well, hey, you went to victory. What do you want to say to these viewers back at home?
It's been a while since I've said something to the viewers. Dude, I appreciate them so much. I try and chat with them, try and get to know them. God bless every single one of them for sticking around watching this and all the other streams. Wouldn't be able to do anything without you guys. Big part of it. Basically fund this whole circus to go race to race.
Yeah, it was absolutely incredible to see how you're able to go ahead and get that done. Watkins, Glen, I mean, it looked fun, but the standing water had to be tough. I mean, you saw drivers slipping and sliding all over it.
Dude, oh my God. If you had gone through the bus stop one time in these cars, like each curb had a puddle next to it, and since it's painted, you'd go straight over every one, and you had to keep the wheel turned until you got off the curb back onto the asphalt for it to actually respond again.
Well, it was very exciting to see how that happened. Well, the big thing is also we don't know where we're going for race 2 yet. Probably only having 3 races tonight because we're going to have a race or a stream tomorrow night as well. Walk me through from your vantage point what you would think would be the best track to go to for race 2 or even race 3, because we got to make a decision. We'll allow the viewers to go ahead and vote on it.
Best track for race 2 and race 3. Do we want to keep it in the Americas?
Let's keep it in the U.S.
Keep it in the, all right.
Unless we go to Monza. I have no problem going to Monza. I know a lot of people have Monza because we've done the oval. So
Monza in the rain would be interesting.
Monza in the rain would be interesting. I want to see what the chat says. I know we didn't get to promote this stream as much as I wanted to because of all the technical difficulties heading into this, but I'm just glad we're streaming chat. But with that being said, we also got to see what they want. I like your idea, Monza. What do you think of Sebring?
Sebring did pop into my head, but that's been one of the popular ones since the ambassadors tested it on Sunday and Monday.
Really? Okay, Sebring we got to keep in track then. We're going to lower the field down to 36 cars, by the way, for performance. Just want to keep that in mind. So once 36 drivers enter, 36 drivers do race. I'm seeing a lot more Sebring right now. We've done Sebring once in NR Night in America. I am all for doing it again.
I wouldn't mind Sebring. I've actually raced here in real life.
You have? Didn't you take like a Ford GT there?
Yeah, I was with Skip Barber, and they had me in a it was a Roush Mustang that they put me in. 19 years old, had 750 horses under it.
Well, that is interesting indeed. I like Sebring. It's almost like a home track to me in a way. It's from Florida. I love Florida racetracks, as you know.
Yeah.
We're both from Florida. I know I've moved to Tennessee recently, but you are still from there. And with you winning, I think we got to go home, Chad. I think we got to head home to Sebring.
I wouldn't mind it.
I'm seeing a lot of Sebring. Well, if you're in the chat right now, speak your mind, because I have no problem setting this thing up. What makes Sebring great before we go ahead and line it in for sure that we'd be doing it?
All right, so the reasons that Sebring is great is because there's different kinds of surfaces around the racetrack. So it used to be an old airport.
For the Air Force Base, that's correct. And they used part of it for the start finish line. Sorry, I had to be a nerd too.
No, you're good. Yeah, so part of it is just normal asphalt, and then other parts of it are concrete, but it's sectioned out. It's not like one half and then the other half. It's like actual little sections in each sector of the racetrack that's different. And then another thing about it is, from the testing that I've seen on iRacing before this update came out, puddles are everywhere. I mean everywhere. There's not going to be a single straightaway shoot, whatever, that does not have a puddle somewhere.
Oh, it's going to be interesting. We want to do 30 laps as well. Joseph Armstrong said heavy rain. I don't think we can go past heavy rain. We still have not been able to test what the actual limit is on the rain for a broadcast. So we're going to stick with the moderate rain. Was the rain too bad, or was it not good enough? What would you say would be better? Light rain?
I think this was a good amount of rain.
Like for racing wise, I'm talking we can get wheel to wheel and mistakes could be made.
If we go light rain, then that the track probably wouldn't be wet enough for as many mistakes.
Okay. I can pull the Mother Nature card, I'm telling you.
What, dry into wet?
Ooh, can we do that? Let's see. Hold on. Forecasted weather. Remember, we're not just all seeing this for the first time. I don't like doing that. Like, I'm learning as the stream goes on, because I like it on the professional side. You should know everything leading in. But can we get the whole race in if we go from no rain to rain at some point? That's the real question.
And then also, I'm not sure, but from what I've heard from the drivers, I think the only thing that would take that out I've heard from, I think Armstrong or Demos, that it would have to be open set. So, I'm warning you now.
We'd have to do open set because of tires?
Yeah, because when we were in the sim for this race, we could not switch to the drives because it was a fixed set.
Ooh. So we'd have to open the setup. But I don't think you guys can have enough time to even edit a setup if we just went right away.
Yeah, so I think best case scenario is if you want to play around with it a little bit, you could go light rain, you could go heavy rain, but not extreme.
I'm looking at it. I'm trying to figure out.
You could go from heavy rain to light rain, and the track would still be wet because it takes a lot longer for the track to dry than get damp.
I want to have it as allow rain anytime. Like, we're insured rain, but rain will be anytime. And the best part about it... Oh, wait, hold on. We put to mostly cloudy. We insure rain is the real question. Anytime. Let's do anytime rain. How many laps do you think we should do? Is 30 enough at Sebring to guarantee rain? Because I want to guarantee rain. Like, that's the cool thing about this. We'll make it hot to make sure we definitely get rain. But wind direction, I don't know about that. Allow fog, no. You know, we're gonna wing it. We're gonna wing it, Chad. We're gonna wing it. This stream, we're winging the stream. You know? we're somehow winging the stream. So I think we have to go ahead and just flat out get it done. So we're gonna go ahead and add classes. We're gonna go GT3. We're gonna take off the setup. So this will be an open set race. But the only thing is, right, with it being an open class race, Ooh, man, this is interesting. I'm learning. I'm learning too. We're all learning. We're all having a great time. Open set race so you can put the wets and the dries on, correct? Is that what it is?
I believe so, yes.
This is going to be awesome. All right, that's what it is. Fixed setups are off. It's going to be open set, 30 laps. We're only guaranteed 3 races tonight. Some are saying that Sebring, we are guaranteed with 25 laps. So we're going to go 25 laps Sebring. Because
Okay.
Sebring's a pretty decently sized racetrack.
Dude, it takes like
We'll
a
have
minute.
one fast repair. We'll keep that one fast repair on since obviously we do need it today. Everything on the oval we will not. Chance of rain insured. We're insured rain at any time. It says allow rain at any time. So we don't know what it's going to be right off the gun. It could be nice. It could be sunny. They have a huge question mark over what it's going to be because they don't know what it will be. It may not even rain at all, Joe. Here, I called you Joe, Chad. It may not even rain at all. As a driver, now that you know this and the session has just gone up, what's your opinions?
Like you said, wing it. That's it. All I got.
We had the wing. I'm going to tell you this, Chad. The session is, I'll tell you a story. An hour before the stream, that is when iRacing, an hour and maybe like 10, 20 minutes, iRacing updated this system. We said, all right, we have no choice now to scrap SRX till tomorrow, right? We wanted to do SRX tonight. We're forced to scrap it to tomorrow. And also found out SRX has blowovers. So we may be headed to Daytona with SRX tomorrow, which will be very, very interesting. You look at it on how things are going, and then all of a sudden you start thinking to yourself, all right, rain tonight. The overlays that we have, Chad, the Fox 23 version, with iRacing basically putting out 2 updates in one day, it crashed. It did not load in as if it would be a brand new update. We're forced to go to the old style overlays that have historically put more on our system, which is why you may not see the overlays consistently on our screen, ladies and gentlemen. We are combating that. But now with 36 drivers instead of 60 racing, we might be able to get the overlays on throughout the entire race. Excitement level for Sebring. Do you like the GT3 as well?
Excitement level GT3 Sebring in the rain, 110%. I haven't done this either. I never got a chance to test this. I've only seen it through the videos and the live streams. So I'm really excited because no 2 lap will ever be the same around this track if it's raining. In the dry, yeah, it's about the same. In the wet, no, absolutely not. You're going to be searching every single lap.
Well, it's going to be very exciting. Guess what? Session's up. Let's see you go back to back. Can you sweep the night? We're guaranteed 3 races tonight, maybe 4. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why we have dropped a race is because we are streaming tomorrow, which will be exciting. I expect it to be very, very enjoyable. Well, it's going to be exciting. I'm going to continue to say it. Session is up. Password is IDK. Chat Thurnquist, good luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
We are loading in, as of this moment, 36 drivers are allowed to contend, are allowed to compete. Eric W., thank you so much for dropping down the 5 gifted memberships. I know I've not been able to really get on that throughout this night, just because I've been focused on so many things behind the scenes, but besides just commentating. Hopefully for this race, I can just focus on the commentary side. Eric W. gifting 1 membership and then gifting 5 more. So thankful for that. Helps out the channel a ton. And we're ready to see what the rest of this night has to offer. Stellar, Powell, Stanley, Bassinez, Gavin Austin. Well, they're all loading in, and we are all ready to roll out. And our night in America, fueling victories all year long. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go green just one more time. And I'm so thankful for everyone that's tuned on in. XL Hunter, this has got to be XL Hunter's favorite night. He is I believe XL is trying to become a meteorologist, the great viewer, and was the driver of this channel at one point from North Carolina. Rain, it's just got to be like the greatest thing. It's the happiest day for XL Hunter tonight. Chad Hornish, how's it going? Chad was having such a great run there at Watkins Glen, and then out of nowhere just was stuck in a rock in a hard place, wasn't really able to get going. And that's the thing about the rain. Everyone said it's gonna be very tough. Here's the biggest part about rain at Sebring. It's an old surface. a very old surface. When I look at Sebring, it reminds me of a lot of short tracks. Not by the way it races, but by the way the character is. When you think of a good-looking racetrack, first thing that comes to mind is maybe Daytona. Updated grandstands, polished racetrack, high-end facilities all over the place. Maybe you would think of Kansas, how it has a casino off turn number 2. Maybe Texas, where they have a huge, I think that's a hotel, right? Maybe, or that's an office building, not sure. Down off turn number 2. But then when you go to these short tracks, you learn about all this character. Like Winchester, I went there. I was learning about the track. There used to be an orphanage on the backstretch at Winchester, where kids would go ahead and watch the race for free. They tore that down at some point, and there's still seats that were taken from inside the orphanage that are now growing through some of the trees at that track. You won't hear a story like that at Homestead or at Las Vegas, and at Sebring. Sebring was an old Air Force base during World War II. You look at this racetrack and you realize there's a lot of things here that don't look like it should be a part of the racetrack, but it makes it so unique. Good news, ladies and gentlemen, we have filled out. We're advancing the session, and we're ready to go green flag racing. This will be just our second time heading to Sebring in NR Night in America. It's been a blast so far. It will continue to be exciting. Let's go green. Now, there is rain forecasted in the area for this race. I repeat, rain is forecasted in the area for this race. You can see the clouds now forming up. We don't know how aggressive it's going to be. We don't know how it's going to really work, honestly. We don't know if it's even going to show up. We got 25 laps. It better show up. It better definitely show up. But there's a good chance it won't. And that's something that we have to very much keep an eye out for. Marquez Ramos, Kevin Champagne, Will Byers, Ethan Stanley, Jackson Carr, Gavin Austin, Jason Beckman. So many others are now lined on up as we get ready to go green. Let's go green. NR Night in America, fueling victories all year long. Jackson Carr rolls around the racetrack as well as we get ready to go. Now, Sebring has 17 turns at this track. Which make things very, very interesting. Qualifying underway as of this moment. Stanley, Bassinez, lined up, ready to go green. Let's get ready to go at it. Now, there's rain in the forecast. Reminder, there is rain in the forecast. So there's no rain now. You just don't know when you're going to get rain to begin with. Rain was race 1. Now, there's no rain in the forecast for qualifying, but there will be rain in the forecast for the main event. Connor rolling around. And we will wait. So if there is no rain in the forecast at all for Sebring, we'll back out and then we'll make sure we put rain in it. But it is getting dark. That's the big thing you have to look at. And everything is changing up nicely. Jackson car rolling away on the racetrack. Now we're seeing it says 0% here. We're going to see if it says 0% for the main event. If there is actually a 0% chance of rain when they check that radar, then we're going to back out and then we're going to go ahead and put full-on rain. Then we're just going to stop experimenting and get some rain racing in. But with us still trying to experiment for things, including in the future, we want to make sure that we have rain ready to roll. Jason Beckman, David Joyner. I just want to see if we can go from no rain to then rain and see how the drivers react to it. That will be the real question. Max Swearigan. Up to that second position, Relling, Powell, Champagne, Thornquist. Lined in, ready to go green. 25 laps, let's see what the radar says. We're gonna head in here. We're gonna look up, look around. There are clouds in the area. No rain. We're backing out. We're gonna make a new session, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll go right to the grid from the start. So we're gonna advance past practice and qualifying for that. We're gonna make sure it rains. We're gonna play Mother Nature just a little bit here in just a moment. But hey, we tried it. Can't say we didn't try it. Let's get ready to try it all again. So we're backing out. Brand new session coming up here in just a moment. That did not count as a race, if that's what you're wondering. We still have 3 races that we will see tonight. Let's go back to the drawing board and let's try it again. We got to take the McLaren, we got to take the GT off, and we will be up and ready to go in just a moment. So now we're going to get rain on 100%. I had it at any time. We're now doing rain as insured, and we will have it ready to go. So rain is on in the forecast from how we now have it. We had it as event weather. We had it at, now we're going to have it as static weather, where we're going to put it to moderate. We're going to put it to overcast, and then we have to go green right from the jump. Let's get ready to do it, ladies and gentlemen. NR9 in America, fueling victories all year long. Next session is up. You can join this one where we are insured to have rain. We'll hold about a minute just so drivers can get on out. But the session is going up in about a minute to 30 seconds. Everyone has to restart iRacing. We're just going to give them a moment to go ahead and do so. Let's get ready to rock and roll once again. Well, we know that if we put it on random, that's something that we have to look at in the future. There's no guarantee of rain, but if I put it on random, there's the possibility of rain. I could have sworn I put it on the highest percentage to possibly have rain. It just did not show up in the weather. You know, now that I mention it, that's just Florida weather. Why did I not think of that? If we're doing a Florida track, we're going to get Florida weather patterns. And that is exactly what we saw there. So should be interesting to see what the rest of this night has to offer as we get ready to go green flag racing. So time is up. We're down closing on in. Session is up. Password is IDK. And the next session has gone live. Let's get ready to go green. We had Stanley at Swearage, and I feel bad for some of those guys that might now miss this session because there's still about 60 drivers going for 36 spots. On the second I load in there, we're gridding up right away, and we're making sure there's rain in this one, which is going to be also a treat to go ahead and watch. Old style overlays, because the new overlays did go ahead and not work for this iRacing update. And we'll be ready to rock and roll. Perchatsky, Zyma, Snook, Connor, Austin, Davis, Carr, Gudger have all lined in as we get ready to go green. Schmidt, Powell, Swearigan, Stanley, Carpenter, Diallo. I believe Omar Diallo did go ahead and join as well. So waiting for iRacing to load back up, and we will get ready to continue to monitor things. We're the second I disconnect, it automatically comes back. There's a connect. I'm not sure if you heard me. There's a connection issue with iRacing right now. They're not allowing us to load on in. There's so many bugs out today, but it was expected. I want to point that out for anyone that's watching. With how things and how much rain is being put into the system, it is very much expected that we load in this time. And we're stuck on the welcome to iRacing screen. There is a serious toll coming on in. Now we're back. We're back. We're racing. Thank you for the patience. I'm glad that there's a lot of you all that know what's at stake. I know some of you guys are probably excited to say, oh, I can't wait to just get back to the racing. Let's get back to the oval racing where we know we won't have any issues on the performance side. But innovation, as you all know, brings new problems that ask for new solutions. The only way to get those problems is by making a mistake. So that's where we sit as of this moment. Did the session go live by chance? I don't believe it did. So we'll get ready to put the session up again. I'm hearing the same thing from a lot of viewers, drivers. We're going to continue to chat it up with you all. iRacing, very slow. Oh my, there is over 20,000 users on right now. So for the ones that know, when we usually stream at our night, it's about like 8 to 10,000. It's double the viewers that are all going for one thing. They're going to check the rain out. So we're in that area. We are checking in. We are looking in. We're just looking to see and make sure things work out. But this has been one heck of a situation here tonight. Once again, I will not be streaming Friday. I'll be up in Indiana and Michigan, going from track to track, doing a bunch of cool things that I have to offer and are being offered to me as well. I'm excited for it. I can't say the tracks just yet. You'll know the tracks. I'll be there all weekend, and it's going to be awesome meeting new people, hanging out. I cannot wait to continue to call races this year. Now, the big thing between calling races this year and last year is I figured out a way now to still keep NR Night in America as a priority versus last year. You know, there's a lot of moving parts, not sure how to structure things, but with me being towards the tail end of college and in my final class, with the broadcasting scene definitely taking off a lot more. Perfect opportunity to try new series, race with new series, and a lot of things that are being offered. Let's go green once again as we go ahead and create a race. NR Night in America, feeling victories all year long. Yes, it is slow. It is very slow, but we're still going to get 3 races tonight. Tomorrow, we're still going to get 3 races, maybe 4. SRX, we still have to do that as well. We're looking forward to doing that as we get ready to go green. You know what? If we have the opportunity right now, we're under a huge rain delay before we're headed into the rain. Let's go talk to some drivers while we load on in. That was so weird that for whatever reason, we're going to have to reset it again. We're going to have to go ahead and reset iRacing. iRacing just froze on us. Once again, don't blame iRacing. I want to point that out. This is a huge feat to add rain in tonight. And for us to stream, it looked, I wouldn't say bleak, but for a moment, it looked like we were going to be on a tape delay or a delayed start, or we're going to be forced to completely go to Wednesday. Then we had like 3 or 4 opportunities. We're like, okay, maybe we go to Wednesday, same time. Maybe go to Wednesday an hour early. You know, things have got to change. Things have got to grow. But right now, patience has got to be the best friend. Let's go ahead and talk to Chad Thornquist once again, the winner at Watkins Glen. Chad, it's the John. You got a copy?
I'm back.
You're back. Are you experiencing the same issues I am?
What are the same issues that you're experiencing?
Well, I had to leave iRacing, and I keep getting system messages saying that, you know, issues, things being launched. And it's also because I had to leave the UI, which probably wasn't the smartest thing to do. I had to leave the UI to get the racing in. But we're under a nice little queue of loading on in. I'm experiencing system issues. I know a couple people have as well, but you are having the night of your life. You won a race. You're not experiencing any issues. Is today just the day to be Chad Thornquist?
I certainly think so. I have no problems right now. I'm cruising.
Man. That is unbelievable. Well, we're still going through stuff. We still want to get through 3 races, and I have no problem waiting to get through 3 races. You want to know why, Chad?
Why?
Didn't we used to go to 3 o'clock in the morning back in 2022? We used to.
Yeah, and I was doing those short track
100 lap
tournaments.
races. Oh yes, and we used to do 100 lap races. What felt like every race. I'm telling you, if you're a viewer in 2022, that was when we did crazily long nights, and it was fun. Very, very fun. There's lightning in the area. We have rain.
Oh, I overshot the bus stop. Not the bus stop, the hairpin.
I'm guessing you're racing in that session still that we had up.
I'm in the new one that you put up.
The rain? Did the rain session actually come up?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
I was
We
about
have
to
2
go
minutes
buy
left in
another
practice.
session. Well, we got to get in there quickly then. Chad, thank you so much for that information. We're going to leave you now. So our rain session is up. It's just taking forever to load on in, and I have to be patient. That's my thing. I have to definitely be a lot more patient, but it's about getting through everything and making sure things work tonight. Guess what? It takes a little bit of time to make sure everything works to the best of your ability. But we're excited, we're ready, and we are ready to rock and roll. And our night in America, fueling victories all year long. Our frame rate is great over here. I'm just moving at about 2 frames a second on the iRacing UI side. They did update the UI with a new look, which we also thought probably was a problem. But nonetheless, no matter how tonight goes, we're back tomorrow. That's the cool part. That's what we're excited about. Have to get the racing in. I don't want to leave you guys hanging on another missed opportunity Friday night. I know we just streamed Saturday, which was absolutely fantastic. We streamed now Tuesday. And we've done Wednesdays in the past. We usually avoid Thursdays. That's when most drivers don't have the time to come on in. Friday nights, obviously with the Truck Series, that has subject to change as things go on. And our night in America, feeling victories all year long. Can't create a race. Still loading in. Wow, this is... it was not this slow earlier, which is interesting. It's interesting to see in here, but oh, hold on. I'm not even going to touch anything. I'm not going to touch a single thing till it all loads on in. But I want to get the 3 races in tonight. Even if we have to go to 1 o'clock in the morning, if you have to look at my face for an hour, we're going to make sure we get it in. I love the idea of rain. I love everything that rain has to offer. It's new, and the thing about Enter Night in America, every other week, or every week it feels like we've been doing something new. We still have the e-ticket events. We still have all these great promotions going out. But just look at the last couple of weeks of Enter Night. We did a multi-class race on an oval, which pushed the limits. The Darrington Woodworking 4 to 500, we pushed the limits, but we pushed that limit before with an e-ticket event. We had Battle at the Beach, which I thought was amazing. The 2.4 hours at Daytona with the NASCAR machines. We then said, okay, even earlier, we're like, yeah, let's bring IndyCar back. Whoa, IndyCar. That was awesome. We got to do IndyCar more in the future. And that continued to be something exciting and worthwhile of watching. We continue to monitor. We continue to look things over. A lot of innovation has come in the last couple, I'm going to say weeks, I would say, including the last couple of months. We're going to go ahead and turn the music off. We're doing everything we can to make sure we load into that session. Matter of fact, it's really weird talking to you without any music on. Let's go ahead and rephrase that. I'm putting the music back on. We have to go ahead and get it back fired. I don't think we're going to be able to join that session depending on how qualifying is going. We are stuck under another delay. Tonight is the night of delays. We believe there's going to be a new iRacing patch tomorrow, which should also be interesting. But even ATVO is having problems. And we're also getting word from other people that they're in that same issue, that there is just a malfunction. I'm about to go ahead and pull up NR 2003. Go ahead and commentate what I used to way back in the day. I wish I could do that. I wish I had NR 2003 still downloaded. I know I could, but that's not the case as of right now. We're going to give it some more time. But we are ready. We're looking. It is frozen. 20,000 members on as of this moment. Some are saying the AI is, or the UI, should we say, is barely functioning. We're going to continue to monitor. Let's go and say hello to viewers in the chat below. Zach Attack, how are you doing? Eric W, how are you doing? I want to say thank you guys so much for coming on out. Oh, we have something going our way. We have something rolling in the right direction. So what it's doing is moving at a couple frames per second on the UI. It's like I have to restart a PC, but I'm not going to restart the stream. Once the stream ends, it is officially over, but I know we will be back tomorrow night, no matter what. That would be with SRX. If we had to do SRX and rain again, then that's exactly what we have to do. But we're sticking with it. We're sticking with it. I wasn't even, I want to point this out, even with everything that we have done, we weren't even able to update this green screen background. Because when we loaded in, we just got some new rain promo videos and couldn't even put it up in time. I'm telling you, we were still working on this stuff up until the time the stream started. We're going to look in updates from drivers as of this moment, looking up and down to see what everyone's got to say. Hopefully that session did not start yet, so we can go ahead and load in without any problems. But it should be interesting. We're going to go ahead and try to pause synchronizations, try different things just to make sure we have things loaded in and working. Enter Night in America. I'm going to say it again, feeling victories all year long. We'd love to fuel one more tonight, maybe two. Definitely love to go ahead and do that. We are checking in, and we have sessions popping up that are not mine, which is interesting. Let's get ready to go green once more if we can get things rolling. I want to point out, if by the top of the hour this does not get back going, we will end the stream, which I do not want to do. We have a minute and a half left of qualifying. Yikes. Maybe it's third time's a charm. Do we try the third time's a charm situation? If by the top of the hour does not work, we'll just carry the rain over to tomorrow, where hopefully there's more updates, and hopefully it will go well. It'll be after SRX, though. Tomorrow is SRX night. Rain would be moved to Wednesday night, later in the night, which is going to be a lot of fun as well. But we did get a race in tonight. So glad to have everyone that has tuned on in. But we can't do Millbridge. For whatever reason, that did pop up. Hold on. Hold on. I am thinking we got things going. Patience. Patience. Oh, man. It's like waiting for a package to deliver when you know it's something you want and you want right that moment. You ever bought a package or bought an item on eBay and it says, you know, you got a week, and you're like, oh, man, I just bought it. I wish I had it now. You know, that's how I feel right now, getting ready for tonight's second race, which would be at the Sebring International Speedway. Who's excited for the 12 hours of Sebring? That's coming up in a couple of days, a couple of weeks. After that, we'll have more NASCAR race. I'm not sure what's next after Sebring. Usually with IMSA, I keep up with Sebring and the 2.4 hours of Daytona and Petit Le Mans. I like keeping up with Petit Le Mans. But it's going to be interesting to see what's next. A lot of great things going. Bristol's coming up, not just for NASCAR, but for myself. I'll be calling the Bristol Street Stock Race the same week as Nashville. Just got off a meeting today, and I was curious. I was like, hey, rain in Middle and East Tennessee is very dominated in that time from when the two races I'll have. if Bristol rains out to the next day, what do I do? And they said, I think you got to go to Nashville. And I was like, I agree with that one. Nashville, the main hub track that I call at, it's a 120 lap race. And I'm telling you, you may want to go ahead and tune into the racing this year. I'm not going to say who's showing up, but rumor around the rumor mill has it that we have a lot of great guys showing up. And it's going to be awesome. I can't wait till NASCAR weekend, where we have Fairgrounds Thursday night, Thunder. We have Friday night trucks at Super Speedway, Saturday Xfinity, Sunday Cup, to see how that all rolls. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'll be up in the booth, really excited for everything that has to come. Well, we're looking, we're waiting. We're going to give it a couple more minutes. But right now, there's so many people trying to race on iRacing. I don't think we're going to be able to get in. I'm glad we got one race in. That's the big thing. We got at least one drive in. But we still... Hold on. We're back. We got it. Did the session update, ladies and gentlemen. Did they grid up? I hope they have not left. Do not leave. If you're in that session, do not leave. I think we're going to be able to join in now. We should be good. The problem is with hosted. You can't join any hosted. Unless I go a Carburetor Cup race, I can go ahead and do that. No problem. The issue is the hosted sessions are all locked out right now with so many people trying to host sessions. It's becoming a big backlog. So that's the issues I fall under as of this moment. What will be next? Not exactly sure. It was just unfrozen. It's back to being frozen. We're in. We're in as of right now. Hold on. No one leave. We're in. We're going in. No problems as of this moment. Delay the start if that's what it is. Delay the start. It says the time is closed. That's the old session. My new session, did it go? Hold on. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just speaking too much. Let's see. Am I loading into the wrong session? No, I'm not. Tell those drivers to not leave. To continue to delay the green. Delay the green. They're rolling. We're rolling. We're going on in. Patience. I love it. It's the best friend I have right now. We are loading in, ladies and gentlemen. The overlays are not on yet. The overlays will be loading in later on. We may have to just delay it one more start or one more lap. It's fine. We get racing, right? That's what we want. We want race tonight. We're going to see it. Thank you to the patience of all the viewers, the drivers, everyone that's hung out with us. We will get those 3 races in tonight. That is the overall goal. Even if we have to go ahead and stream me playing chess while it takes forever to load in, that's fine. I'm excited. I'm excited for the broadcasting future that I have. I'm excited for this Friday. I'm just want to point that out. It's going to be a blast to go up to these racetracks and do a bunch of media. I'm excited for NR Night in the next coming weeks, months, everything rolling on. But we are ready to go ahead and get it going just once more. Time to go green, ladies and gentlemen. We're loading into that session one more time. If we do get 300 likes, we do get race number 4 here tonight. But we believe we can only get 3 in. You hear that? I heard it, and I see it. There is rain falling on the racetrack. Trading Paints is not loaded on in. We are loading into it now. If I have the opportunity to delay the green before we start, we'll do it. Overlays now coming on, making sure that is all lined in, making sure everything is good to go. Gonna pause about 10 seconds for station identification just to make sure we can get this all rolled in correctly. And we got it. You hear it. If you can hear it, we're good to go. We're racing. I believe the ticker should be coming up here in just a matter of moments. It very much is. We will not see the start of this race. No, we will. We'll see the start. It will be a delayed start. We're in. Now let's make sure you can get in without any performance issues. If you can get in, we're in good shape. Let's see. Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, we have life. We are ready to go green flag racing. Next time by, it's the one to go. And we gotta go let the whole world know. Can you see the overlays? That's what matters as well. Yes, you can. Let's go do it. Diallo, Burrows, aligned in, ready to go racing. This is what's about right here. All right, we're ready to rock and roll from Sebring. Now we will have the overlay tower drop off. As you guys know, rain puts a lot of pressure on our system, but we are looking at maybe having a smaller tower, but I'll be reading off where everyone is on track. So we will have 32 drivers starting this race. After a couple of them backed out, Chad Thirdquist has withdrawn from the race because he thought it wasn't going to happen. Well, he might actually be able to still load back in. We'll keep that in mind. Omar Diallo, Anthony Burrows will lead us to the green flag. That is what is planned here tonight. Rain is back. The patience paid off as we get ready to go green. Ethan Stanley, Kendall Carpenter, Joseph Armstrong, Aiden Walker, Omar Diallo. Let's go do it. Now, Sebring's an interesting racetrack. As mentioned before, we had our system issues. Let's talk about the track map and how that track is all formed up. Well, pretty simple. It has 17 turns. See some of these drivers working their way through some now. And they're all named something different, which also makes it very exciting. Get into turn 1, that's just turn 1. Turn 2, a quick kink. Turn 3, 4, and 5. You almost want to consider that an S's. Turn 6, that's the Big Bend. Turn 7, that's the hairpin up near the hotel. 8 and 9, that's Fangio. You go through Collier of 10 and 11. Tower of turn 13. Heading through Bishop, that's where we see a lot of passing, a lot of aggressive running. Then you head into Le Mans, that's turn 15, turn 16, and then Sunset Bend, where last time we saw some serious excitement. Ladies and gentlemen, let's say those magical words. God, speed, drivers. You are go for throttle up. Time to go green. Pace car makes a hard left onto pit road. Porsche, Lamborghini will lead us to the line for the 25 laps at Sebring. Let's light the fuse from Central Florida. Diallo, Burrows, Stanley, the brace into turn 1. Omar gets through without any issues, but he's got serious company behind him. No one breaks away just yet. No issues into 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's gonna be make or break. James Thurston, the Florida native, has worked his way up to 6. He's down to the inside. Zimma, Swearingen, Aiden Walker, Gavin Austin. They have all sneaked their way through in positions, trying to one-up each other as they work their way through the Big Bend. Omar Diallo, what a race he's had in the early portions. Great start as he works his way under the Avon Health Bridge. Burrows, P5. Kendall Carpenter, P4. Looking, sneaking, Joseph Armstrong. He's a fight back to that inside. Drew Fangio of 9, up to 10 before Collier. That big carousel at turn 11. Joseph Armstrong, last time he went here, was involved in a big battle for the win between him and James Thurston. One to remember, that was on the way back in December. Now Ethan Stanley, a road course ringer in NR Night in America, that may have a win or two on the ovals, shown to be a strong contender in the Porsche. They've gone and collected big runs up the drivers before, but passing has been a problem child unless there's a mistake out of the machine in front. Is it going to be a track position race? Maybe so. Omar Diallo works his way up through 11, 12, and 13 of Tower. Here's the battle for the lead. Matt Neeson dropping down a $20 super chat. Kendall Carpenter, Anthony Burrows, Ryan Zimma, James Thurston. Diallo into Sunset Bend. And once he gets onto the actual landing strip part of the track, it's just a completely different groove you have to run. You just see how wide Ethan Stanley got nearly into the outside wall. Omar leads lap number 1. That decent saying Hurricane Ramos has moved in, or should we say has moved away from the area, and we are underway. I like that. I like that quote very much. Here's the battle for the lead heading to turn 2. Stan the man to the inside. Sneaking through 4 and 5. Wanting to take the lead into the Big Bend. Oh, but Diallo's just so tough down on that inside lane. He's able to keep that Porsche 911 at bay. Porsche went 1-2-3 in race 1. They're 1-2-3 right now in race number 2. But look who's on the move. Kendall Carpenter there in the Mercedes has now closed to the back end of Joseph Armstrong. One off. Might have been Ryan Zimmer. No. Anthony Burrows in the Lamborghini. Not what he's wanted to do whatsoever, should we say. Ethan Stanley, he's poised for victory, just half a second back to the driver in front, exiting 10 into 11 before running through 12 and 13. Ryan Zimmer, James Thurston, Max Swearinger, and Anthony Burrows. Rolling his way through 13. Diallo was strong early in this race, but so far in certain sections of this track, he's been really, really weak off exit. The straightaways is his best friends, though. I mean, once again, look at this. He just opens it back up to about 2 car lengths down the Ullman Straight and heading to Sunset Bend. That'll be turn 17. So far, this pack has mostly stayed tight together. Really haven't seen too much separation. You can see now on the left side of your screen, Armstrong Carpenter, that's 3rd and 4th. Ryan Zimmer back to 5th. James Thurston back there in 6th. Remember, he was a big contender once we came here for the first time. That was in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. But does anyone have anything for Omar Diallo? That's going to be the big question of the day. Diallo struggling on the runway portion of this track. That's all concrete. Very tough. Look at the lunge to turn 3. Stanley inside. Looking for a sneak again before entering the Big Bend. Oh, he slides. Stan goes for a run, and Omar Diallo will get away. Joe looks for a move. He's going to lay back, but Ethan Stanley went from sleek to geek in just a matter of 2 turns. Good news. A lot of racing left to go. Bad news. It's now 2 seconds of difference between 1st and 2nd. Carpenter, Ryan Zimmer, James Thurston, Max Schwartz, Anthony Burrows, Miles Davis. .23 to do it. He's closing the gap back to Sector 2. But man, Sector 1 was just a kick in the teeth for Ethan Stanley. Joseph Armstrong, he's known for being a long-run driver anyways, and we haven't had any cautions in this race. Now, race number 1 was filled with cautions. It looked like we were not going to get a single lap in. But with how Sebring is designed, it does a great job for these wet weather conditions. And you may be saying, wait, hold on, John. Weren't you just talking about how this track is all weirdly shaped? Yes, it very much is. But that's what makes it unique. The tracks that aren't cookie cutter on a road course side or even on an oval side produce great racing. Right now you see it. There's not too much standing water compared to Watkins Glen. Why is that? Well, Sebring may be located, I believe, in Highlands County, but there isn't a lot of elevation change on this track. As they work their way down the Oldman straight into 17. Watkins Glen, there's nothing but elevation changes. What does that do? It opens the opportunity for standing water, and when drivers go through the standing water for the first time, it is so tough to hold on to. That's why we had so many mistakes. Now we do have standing water here. You're gonna see it, but it's not raining hard enough for us to seriously see a downpour. Ethan Stanley, he's been able to close that gap. It's now a 1.65 entering turn 1 and entering turn 2 just next time by. Joe, turn 3 and 4. Zima, Thurston, Swearge, and Burrows. Maybe he's got life in that W machine. Up to that 8th position. Omar Diallo has led the majority of this race, but he hasn't led it all. Ethan Stanley would love to get back to that rear end quickly. Well, Mercedes is showing to be a big fight here to Porsche. Kendall Carpenter up inside the Fast Four, but is also under fire from a fellow Porsche. That would be Ryan Zima, who lunges to the inside wheel to wheel, entering turn 13 with Tower. Carpenter keeps the nose out ahead. He will keep it in that 4th position. Great move by him. It's awesome to see Porsche and a certain manufacturer go out there and do great things. But Mercedes look to be a no-show whatsoever tonight. You look at other camps. What about the BMW camp? This is Jackson Carr. Struggling currently in that 11th position. Lamborghini has Anthony Burrows and David Joyner, 2 up inside the top 13. Gavin Austin in the Ray-Ban, that is the Ferrari. For a way through. Jeff Perchatsky, one of the BMWs, going off in the grass. And trust me, that's a place you do not want to be when it's wet. Ethan Stanley, a man on a mission through Sunset Bend, has been able to seriously close in to Omar Diallo. 1.87 the difference, with now 21, make it 21 laps to go. Ryan Zima. Anthony Burrows now into view. I expected AB just to be a little bit quicker there in that Lamborghini. Got through the start of the race not on a bad end, but he is in an area where we could see Anthony Burrows get up inside that top 4, top 5. Would not be surprised if it gets done. But right now, it's also just a big learning curve for him. A big learning curve for so many drivers of figuring out these wet weather conditions. We've seen drivers already somewhat master it. Stanley has shown speed on it. He has found the limit multiple times. There's only one issue that we have now seen that we haven't seen at the beginning of this race. Standing water. We just saw it there through the twists and turns of 10, 11, and 12, where water patches are now forming up in the racing groove. Joseph Armstrong One of the drivers that will now have to navigate through those tough portions of the racetrack. Stanley in a second. 1.79, 1.7 flat, the difference. He's having just a great night. Had a great outing there at Watkins, Glen. Joseph Armstrong. Don't look now, Kendall Carpenter may be closing that gap. The real question now is what happened to Gavin Austin. He's on pit road. That may have gone in a big incident. You see, he definitely used his fast repair. But when you get off in the grass, you're not guaranteed a yellow. And with Sebring, the first time he went here, I don't think we got a caution at all. It could be the first time we go to a racetrack where 2 races are ran without a single caution being flown. Ethan Stanley into the sunset bend has closed the gap to a 1.25. Big time right there. Oh, trouble. What a round on the racetrack. Not exactly sure who it is. Down to the inside lane. Cooper Phillips gets out of the way. A lot of damage to the right rear. Did not make contact with anyone and didn't slow down the Ethan Stanley machine, so they're going to keep it green. Oh, that's a scary moment if we've ever seen one. Ethan Stanley, a quick blink out. Comes back on the racing surface. Joseph Armstrong sitting there in that 3rd position. 5 seconds back to your race leader, Ryan Zimmer. Towards the back end of Kendall Carpenter. Thurston, Max Swearingen, Anthony Burrows, Miles Davis, Jackson Carr. 20 laps to go from Sebring International Speedway. If you're just joining in, I'm John Ramos, the voice of NR. It has been an interesting night. Let's have a rundown. Went to Watkins Glen, caution-filled race. First time anyone has been up to full speed in race conditions. Ethan Stanley off and into the grass. Blink once, blink twice, Joseph Armstrong can close on in, and mistakes continue to be made out of that Porsche 911. He gains time. He's definitely faster than Omar Diallo. His issue is the fact that there's too many mistakes being made out of his machine. And Joe will now close into a 5 flat. Carpenter, Zimmer, we forced to do a slowdown, completely missed that set of corners. Ethan Stanley goes back to his run of closing in. He's down to a 2.64. Not so, unfortunately, we're about to just have a big wheel-to-wheel battle. And you know Stan is the fastest driver on track right now, but in any form of racing, you don't have to be the fastest, you just have to be the smartest or the most consistent. And you just see how he's putting on the edge. Let's go inside with the driver of the 91. Watch his hands entering turn 1. He's down to 3rd. Hand over. Slides to the rear end. Nice counter steer. Counter steers again. He's driving like he is not worried. He makes a mistake and, oh, okay, I'll remember that. Look at that. Avoids all the standing water in the middle. Slides that rear end. I mean, absolutely poetic. Talk about the art of racing in the rain. This is him heading down into turn number 6. Now, he is definitely not lost time. It's down to a 3.3. And Joseph Armstrong is looking to close on it. He's struggling through the center of the corners, but he doesn't seem to be worried because this is a pretty long race. 19 laps to go at Sebring. You're looking at a lot of time in between for things to get done. Joseph Armstrong, Kendall Carpenter, Ryan Zimmer, James Thurston. Look at Thurston just coming on in there in the Ferrari. Up to that 6th position. Joe Stanley battle for 2nd. Joe's able to overtake. Stanley into the side of the 22. Oh, he's fighting, baby. He's fighting his heart out. The only problem is he's now lost a spot to the Mercedes. That's Kendall Carpenter. Carpenter the lunge. The turns of 15 and 16. Stan a look. Not gonna get there. Joseph Armstrong now runs camper position with 19 coming to 18 laps to go. Swipe to the inside. You see that targets that inside wall in the rain so they can roll this center. They're not on the gas yet, not on the gas yet. Now they just get to it by that orange cone. Look at how high they have to go ahead and exit. Just to count that as a consistent corner. Ethan Stanley's on pit road. We're hearing this may be a one-stop race if we do not see a caution. So Omar Diallo cannot make a mistake. Will Mercedes show speed in the late going? Sun peeking out through the clouds. The Porsche. The Ferrari. Anthony Burrows in the Lamborghini. He's got something to work with. So Diallo's got a 5-second advantage over the rest of the machines. 18 laps to go. Carpenter, Ryan Zimmer, Joseph Armstrong. Down near the tower. No, let's rephrase that. That was down near turn number 7. It's that big hairpin. Through Fangio before entering through Collier. Battle for third, Carpenter, Ryan Zimmer. Hand over fist, and the second they get right in line with each other, it's so tough to see. Looking for battles around the racetrack. There's one for 10th. 2 Porsches. Gossett. Potter, should we say. So sorry about the mispronunciation. Potter and Gossett, 10th and 11th. Jackson Carr, one of the BMWs. Well, not leaving that alliance. He's up to the 9th position. To find a way around Miles Davis here, wouldn't he? Jumps around the outside and will bring it wheel to wheel. Let's rephrase that. That was not Miles Davis. That was the lap machine. And the thing about doing NR nights where we're using car track combos that we wouldn't usually do, we run into drivers using new paint schemes, which means, once again, more learning opportunities. Well, we can continue to talk about learning. Let's talk about Joseph Armstrong. He has made up a significant amount of time. Looking to go ahead and work his way forward. Sector 5, Sector 6, Sector 7, all in the green. Well, that's to the driver behind about Omar Diallo. Sector 1, Joe just a little bit slower. With him being at a 4.9 versus a 5. It's definitely faster in maybe Sector 5, 6, and 7. Down to Sector 2. The big bend for Omar Diallo. And entering the hairpin. Easy on the brakes. Oh, he wasn't able to get back to the gas the way he wanted to. Joe will lose even more time, but pit stops will have to be made, it looks like, at some point during this running. Kendall Carpenter. 6-8 back. Ryan Zimmer, James Thurston under pressure. That's Max Swearengin looking for a move. Porsche has shown to be the dominant force tonight in the rain. Mercedes would love to go ahead and change that up. Just look at the back end tail swing out of Max Swearengin. That Ready to get it done. Thurston up near the litter. He's trying everything he can to close on in. 5 seconds difference between Omar Diallo and Joseph Armstrong. So now that we have the opportunity, let's run down the night we have had. It's been an interesting day, to say the least. Let's start with the fact that iRacing put the update up around, I want to say 4 Central. We went in there like, all right, let's go. Uh-oh, long queue. We can't put anything up. Then, iRacing's down again. We say, okay, we may have to delay the stream maybe a couple hours or just run the entirety of it on Wednesday night. That's interesting. Let's see how that goes. Next thing you know, we say, okay, now we can only do the rain because by the time iRacing got up, we weren't able to test SRX. So SRX will be tomorrow night at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on this YouTube channel. Let's look at some other things that have come in together. Overlays, crashing, blowing up, right in everyone's face. We realize, uh-oh, we have to now pull out the backup overlays. And they crashed at Watkins Glen because they weren't optimized for the rain. Why? Because we had 60 drivers show up for race number 1. We've now limited down to 39, so it can be all optimized with all the data coming in and out. But it has definitely been a roller coaster ride of a stream. And guess what? Tomorrow may be a ride as well. But we'll be able to do a lot more with the upcoming time. 16 laps to go for Omar Diallo, 16 laps to go for Joseph Armstrong. Multiple machines already on pit road. William Schmidt, 1 lap down, it looks like. Yes, he is. Back in that 20th position, he came to pit road. Perchatsky, well, these two are going to fight for position, but Perchatsky's back in that grass. Schmitty, a run to the outside in his left Ferrari. And will easily work his way up to the 19th position. David Joyner is on pit road as well. Ethan Stanley, remember, he pitted earlier in this race. He's in that 13th position, 1 minute behind. But Diallo and Armstrong still have to make their stops at some point. Joseph Armstrong, Carpenter, there's James Thurston with Max Swearengin. Max is tiptoeing, he's holding on. Watching, waiting, trying to make something work. Armstrong, I believe he may be looking to come to pit road. That was a very slow entry to the 17th corner. Kendall Carpenter running very much wider and faster than the 22. Joe does not come in. Carpenter does not come in. I think we can see James Thurston maybe come in, maybe a hug to the inside. No, he's not coming in as well with 15 laps to go. Swearengin, Burrows, Davis, Jackson Carr, Potter, Gossett have yet to make their way through. Ryan Zimma, David Snook. Ethan Stanley's the one that's on the interesting strategy here. So I got to ask you all, do we go to Daytona or do we go to Coda for race number 2, or do we go to Monza for race number 3? Sorry, let's rephrase that. Those 3 tracks for race number 3. Diallo, have a night. Chad Thornquist won race 1. Diallo on track to win race 2. But you have to remember, Ethan Stanley did come to pit road, and so did a lot of drivers towards the back end. A lot more standing water than there was earlier in this race. Joe, 5 seconds back, just look at him wheel it. Heading down to 13. The old Air Force Base of this racetrack. I mean, Sebring has such a rich history to it. You got the Ullman Straight, you got the Big Bend, and how many racetracks in the United States have names for corners? I mean, see, there's probably a good amount for what we have on the road course side, but these names really unique. I mean, we talk about when they go to 15 and 16, that's into Le Mans. 14, the King, that's Bishop. Turn 17, that's Sunset Bend. The Ullman Straight has shown to be the big make or break. Diallo losing time. 4-8 the difference, 4-7 the difference. There's Joe, and for the first time, what feels like in the last 5 laps, he now has a competitor in view. Final 15 laps of race number 3. Race number 2. I've been all over the place today. It's been a wild, hectic, tiring day, but still having a lot of fun. Want to point that one out. And making mistakes. Apologies for that. So we will have a race 3 at the conclusion of this running. What's changing? Carpenter, P3, staying out. James Thurston, P6 staying out. Let's go in and dial a driver up so we can hear what the strategy could be in this race. It's got to be interesting. And we're playing this big guessing game, and the worry was being able to talk to drivers in the middle of a race. Well, let's go hear what they've got to say. Let's go talk to Thurston. Thurston said, John, you got a copy?
Hey, buddy, what's up?
All right, walk me through. We saw some drivers pit. Can you go all the way?
I can, but I don't know. I've made a couple of mistakes. I don't know if we're gonna really be good, like, on time. I know we'll make it on laps, but I don't know about time, how long it takes them to get in and out. But we're kind of a ways behind the leader, so depending on what he does, I don't know. Hopefully we can get a top 5 out of this.
Did you already come to pit road?
Nope. I used my brain and put fuel in the car before the race.
Oh, so that was the issue. Wow. Do you think any of these drivers ahead of you possibly are going to have problems from coming in, or did they all go ahead and load the car up with fuel?
That's what I'm banking on. I don't think that most of them realized that the sprint setup didn't have enough fuel to go all the way. But, yeah, we're just going to keep focusing here, try not to spin out any more in the rain, and just keep on going.
Well, walk me through this track. You've been here before. Racing in the rain here at Watkins Glen's different. We obviously know that with a lot of elevation changes at Watkins Glen. There's more standing water. Here there's less standing water. And it seems like you guys have been able to brave the conditions a lot better. But the mistakes, you still have standing water near the rumble strips. Has that been a big issue for you?
Well, I mean, there may be less, like, big areas of standing water, but there's a lot more just standing water generally across the track. There's really nowhere that you can go that doesn't have, like, a puddle of water on it. It's all just a matter of knowing where to run. I think it's more just running in the wet line where there's less rubber than really less, like, water. There's so much just water all over the place.
Hey, that's awesome, man. Listen, we're going to go talk to the race leader right here. You got 12 laps to go. Let's see if you can bring her home with the top 5.
Thank you.
And we'll go ahead and line up with Omar Diallo for an interview. Omar, it's John, you got a copy?
I do.
I know certain drivers don't like interviews mid-race, but you're the leader. And I've seen guys pit, and I've had other guys say they don't have to pit. Jackson Carr just came to pit road. What are you feeling? What's going on inside your race car? You've battled Stanley. He couldn't make it on fuel. Joe has most recently been able to close the gap. What's the game plan here?
Well, it looks like we can make it on fuel, so I don't know why people are pitting, but yeah, we're just gonna run this thing out. I'm kind of lost here. I can't really see the rubber, so I'm kind of just guessing every corner as I miss that one. But it looks like it's gonna be a good battle here when Joseph eventually catches me, or hopefully I figure it out by then. But,
well, 13 laps to go. What setup did you run? Because this was an open setup race, but no one had time to actually make a custom setup because we were wondering if you guys can go ahead and change tires. And really the big experimental race of letting you guys have that full creative range of trying something different.
I just ran baseline wet, so I don't know what anyone else is running, but I'm just on baseline wet. I didn't really try anything, but I mean, it feels okay. I feel like my front tires are gone. I'm kind of just pacing around the racetrack at this point because I'm talking and driving, and that doesn't end too well.
We'll let you go here in a moment. We know you're on the Ullman Straight, so I'll ask one more question, though. Victory Lane, Is it in your eyes, or do you think you have to fight for it with about 12 laps to go when you get back to the start-finish line?
Definitely gonna have to fight for it if I don't figure it out. We'll see here. I'm gonna try some new stuff next lap, so hopefully we cook. But if not, it'll be a good battle for the viewers.
Chef Diallo, 12 laps to go from Sebring. Good job, good luck for the rest of the way as he almost hits the inside wall from our view. Didn't look good. Diallo's got a lot to say. Now, Joseph Armstrong, I know if I went to go and ask him for an interview, he'll go ahead and tell me to leave immediately. Because there's one thing Joe's got, and that's time on his side with 12 laps to go. He is now clocked into a 2.6. He's really tried everything he can to keep it together. Give a shout out here to the Mercedes team. Kendall Carpenter up to that 3rd spot. Sebring looking to become the first track to have 2 races in NR Night in America without a single caution. Can it be done with 12 laps to go? Once again, only time will tell. Diallo, Armstrong, Carpenter, Burrows, Fast 4, Max Swearinger, James Thurston, Davis and Potter. They just had a whole switch up. Diallo missed the corner completely. He went wide and didn't see the racing line. New race leader, Joseph Armstrong with 12 to go at Sebring. Oh my, oh my. Hey now. And if you could talk about throwing a race win possibly away, that was just it. And Diallo's talking about how his tires have all been chewed up. And it's going to be just a free fall from here. Update, Kendall Carpenter looks to be closing the gap. That's 10 seconds back to Joe. I don't think that's going to be enough, but this 22 has got to be laughing his way through about turn 13 and 14 before hitting the Almond Straight. I cannot believe what we just saw out of Omar Diallo. .68. What a drive. Let's go dial up your race leader. That's what I love about IMSA. The cars are just enough of a load, just low enough of a pitch that we can interview drivers mid-race and hear what they've got to say. But this is going to be a huge moment for the driver, the 22. Joe, it's the John. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Race leader, Sebring. How's it feeling?
I mean, it's good. Omar just made a mistake, and I capitalized on it, obviously. Just trying to kind of maintain the gap I got right now.
I mean, talk about recalculating route. I mean, he completely just missed it.
Yeah, I started catching him a little bit that last couple of laps, and I don't know if he maybe saw it and just kind of started pushing it a little too hard or what happened, but yeah. I watched him go into the corner and he just didn't turn, and I was like, oh, okay, thank you.
Well, that's very interesting. Now, the gap is still about 6. You talk about his tires tearing up. What's with you? How's your tires?
I mean, my stuff is, I don't know if it's wearing. Still running pretty fast laps. I mean, really only starting to get faster, I guess, as I get a little bit more comfortable with it. But, yeah, I don't feel a lot of fall off, I guess, at the moment. There's no real dry line developing because it's obviously still raining. And so, yeah, just kind of starting to stay out of the conventional line, I should say.
It's an interesting race we have here. You're in that last battle of Sebring with James Thurston. You didn't look to be a contender early on, but mistakes of other drivers have played into your boat pretty well. I don't think you really made any mistakes. Maybe a couple miscues early on, but nothing to see from our side and say, oh, that was a huge issue. But what has it been for you knowing that, okay, stay calm, it's early in the race, and now leading with 11 coming to 10 to go?
Just trying to stay in the rhythm has been the big thing. This is a physically demanding race right now, I'll be honest.
Are we asking too many questions? I'm sorry. If I have to let you go, just say, John, leave.
Nah. I mean, it's good right now. He's not gaining on me too much, so I got time today. But
well, it's 7
yeah,
seconds. You did gain a lot in that sector. I do want to point that out. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's really fun. I'm enjoying this rain right now. I'm hoping that there's no yellows. You know, I'd love to just cruise to like a 7-second win or whatever. hopefully I just knock on wood, make no mistakes.
Well, we've never
for
had
the
a
last few
caution at
laps.
Sebring before.
Yeah, I hope it stays that way. I mean, I hope to go 2 for 2 here. I mean,
Well,
close to it.
You're entering, or should we say exiting, turn. Oh, wow, now you're about to have an 8-second lead. Diallo is just throwing what he had away, but talking about this part of the racetrack, this is the old runway of the Air Force Base. Does it drive any differently than the rest of the track?
It actually does. Like you can, like in dry weather, like you don't really feel it as much. But in the wet for sure. I mean, I cross over transition and it's like all the grip is just back all of a sudden. So I don't feel like right here, I guess, where it's a little different, but turn 1 is definitely like a lot different than the other parts of the track.
You're entering turn 6, turn 7. You know, we're just going to do a walk along. You know, this is turn 7 here at the hotel. We've seen drivers make mistakes here. There's a little bit of standing water. I don't think there's as much now maybe as there was earlier. But backing it down in the wet weather, how tough is that? Oh, there's your standing water right through the twists and turns exiting that corner.
Yeah, you try to stay, like I said, out of the conventional line. Like right here, like I wouldn't run this low in the dry weather, nor would I really run this wide. You usually try to apex, but in the wet, you want to stay off the conventional line because there's rubber buildup and it's just really slick. You saw it a little bit last race at the Glen where a couple guys, including myself early in the race, we entered into the S's on the bottom and the car just went straight. You saw that with Walker where he got wrecked and a few other guys. So it's really just trying to stay out of the conventional line. Through here is kind of hard to stay at the conventional line because it's so high speed and flat. As I missed that corner and I'm like throwing a bunch of time away right now, but yeah, and then you know right here, I mean, it's kind of just how you run it.
I'll give you short answers. How about that? Because you just lost a whole 2 seconds.
I know, yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
It is what it is. I'm trying to inform the viewers about what's going on with the mindset of a driver.
In races like this, if you win by 6 seconds, it's really not uncommon. I know at Enter Night, we're used to like finishes at least within under a second of each other. But I want to talk about this just quickly. At Watkins Glen, I was watching you come off turn 5 of the carousel. You were avoiding the pool of water just standing near the rumble strips. Has there been a lot of standing water near the rumble strips at this track compared to the Glen?
Yeah, I don't know with the corners. I don't like have the corners like marked off. There's a lot right here, obviously, as you probably see. There's not a lot through this section, really. And then like the next corner, I guess maybe turn 6, I guess. Where you come back up to like that little straightaway. There's a little bit, and then right there, I just lost a whole second in that corner alone.
Yeah, you got the right sides on the strip. But the thing about road course racing, the art of it, you know, you make a mistake one place and then all of a sudden you gain it back in the other. I mean, I've watched Omar Diallo now go from, at one point, was 5 seconds back to you to then 8 seconds, and it's just a huge pendulum swing back and forth. It's not like it's stuck in a big gridlock. So I'm gonna let you go back to the racing. I'd hate for you to completely lose so much time because of me. You got it down to 5.8. I mean, you still have a cushion, but the interview definitely dropped some things off. Excited to see what you got for the rest of this race. Good luck.
All right, thank you.
A lot of racing left to go. That was Joseph Armstrong. But how about a driver of the Lamborghini? We haven't talked about Anthony Burrows too much in this race. He's been a driver definitely to watch. He found his way around Carpenter, the fellow Mercedes. Let's see what AB's got to say. Burrows, this is John. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right. Hey, listen. You know what's great about doing GT races and in our night in America? Trouble! Joseph Armstrong has lost a ton of time. Omar Diallo goes top of the board. Sorry, Burrows. You had to hear all that. You were sitting in third, but Diallo just took the win back. Or should we say the lead back? Wow. Is this the first time you had to hear that live?
Yeah, that was definitely wild.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. You're 7 seconds back. Short answer, do you have a shot at winning this race?
I mean, if I just keep it on track, I think I do. Everyone's been struggling. I almost looped it as I was saying that. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see.
All
It's going to be a lot of fun to see what goes down. Good luck. We're going to drop him back. 9 to go down the Ullman Straight and into Sunset Bend. Two of these competitors have made multiple mistakes tonight. Joe to the inside. Nearly lunges to the back end of Diallo. Diallo to drive off turn 17. 9 to go. 8 laps to go from Sebring. Unbelievable. I cannot believe that just happened. Both these drivers we've had an interview with have both made mistakes following the interview. That is unreal. Unbelievable. And now Joe is 8 back with 8 laps to go. And one had a 5-second lead, the other had an 8-second lead. Racing in the rain, it doesn't matter how big your lead is, you can just lose it off one corner. These drivers talked about there's not any rubber on the track, you can't run through the grooves. It's hard to get on a consistent run, including the track changing with more rain hitting the surface. Different puddles are forming up. I guarantee you Joe must have hit something on this track that wasn't there 2 laps ago, and it's unfortunate we can't look back and watch it because we don't have those new overlays where we can go back quickly and check to see what happened. It's all going to be about right here, right now, and Omar Diallo is being stalked by the bright orange Porsche. It has been a Porsche daydream tonight. They went inside the top 3 at Watkins Glen. They're running 1-2 here in Sebring. Stack up top 2 coming down off exit. Lap machine went wide as the Porsche looked to go back to back and maybe sweep the night. And Diallo's got to watch because Joe's just all over him. He's got to be absolutely livid with himself. At the end of the day, eye for an eye, and we're going to have a clash of some of the best road course racers on iRacing. Omar Diallo, Contender Series driver. Joseph Armstrong, lined up nose to tail. Down the Ullman Straight, jumps to the inside. Diallo goes to block Joe, the switchback top. The switchback on the bottom. Top side, inside, trying to keep him on his toes. Wheel to wheel entering Sunset Bend. And Diallo's just got to keep him at bay. He's mirror driving right now with what comes down to 7 laps to go at Sebring. Joe jumps top side, bracing for turn 1. Oh, slides in deep. There's very little grip on this track, including on that portion. Diallo down into the litter. Right shines in the clay. Joe runs downstairs at turn 3. Through 4, 5, and the big bend to 6. This is where Diallo's been at his best since the drop of the green flag. See, Joe is struggling to see what's ahead of him. He has to get out of line. Top side, late break, that's the 22. Goes wide, very wide, misses the corner. Omar Diallo can now stretch his arms as he has the lead by about 3 car lengths. But there's still a lot of racing left to go. This is the 8 and 9 of Fangio. Fangio, should we say, so sorry about that. The mispronunciations have been on another level tonight. Just trying to get this stream ready has been a long task, but it doesn't matter because it's about now. Half a second between first and second. Diallo in the 16. Joseph Armstrong in the 22. They sneak their way through Collier. They work their way through 12 and 13 before that long straightaway to Bishop. This is where things go down. It's going to be a classic Sebring finish. First time here with the NASCAR Xfinity Series. It turned up the dial and was a caution-free race. Now here we stand. Another caution-free race. And the top 2 are just 7 back to each other. Carpenter, Max Swearigan, Swaggy goes for a spin, gets it refired. Mercedes back up inside the Fast 4, takes one away from the Porsche. It's Lamborghini sitting in 3rd, trying to get their first podium finish of the night. Joe, sharper turn down in Sunset Bend. But Omar Diallo continues his reign in Sebring. 6 to go. Oh, he hit the inside wall. Diallo then gets the right sides in the clay. So do the top two. Oh, man, they're dropping terrible right now. Their cars are gone. They're just throwing it in there. And Omar talked about it. He felt like his front tires were gone. They're bleak. Joe felt like he was racing on slicks. And the top two are still under about a 6-2 the difference. 6 laps to go. Joe the sneak through. 10, 11, and 12. That's Collier. 6 back. Wanting 5 back. Not gonna get it. A 6-4. Has to really be calm through this portion of the racetrack. 11, 12, 13. Past Tower into Bishop. Past Tower now heading to Bishop. Joe, look to the bottom, still no room, but the long straightaway should keep him in position to strike for the lead. And they're just avoiding the curbs at all costs, man. I'm telling you. They want to stay away from it. They want to stay away from all that standing water. Diallo just got the left sides there. Oh, and it phased him big time. Lost a little bit of speed, but his exit down the Ullman Straight gives him the opportunity he needs to pull away from the driver of the 22. Six to go. Will be 5 to go. Joe on the bottom. Diallo on the outside. Rain is a good thing in sports car racing. 5 to go from Sebring. Less than a second the difference. And if you ever watched the 12 hours of Sebring, ever watched Petit Le Mans at Road Atlanta, if you ever watched the 2.4 hours of Daytona, you will see that one class will have a lead that is just massive. You'll go to the bathroom. You'll go do something. You may go to the grocery store for an hour. You'll come back. And the next thing you know, they're wheel to wheel. Because things happen so quickly out of nowhere. 1 second, it's calm. It's nice. There's a lead that's about 5 seconds. Next thing you know, you're battling your heart out. Five to do it. Burrows in third. Joe in second. 7-9, 8-2. Carpenter back and forth. Nice. Struggling down off exit. I think Diallo's got his mojo back right here. Feeling it. He's got that open air, but he does have a lap machine in front. That's going to be David Joyner, who's sitting in the 11th place. What a race the first one was at the Sebring International Speedway. Caution free, and it came down to the last corner. Same song, second verse, just with sports cars. Joe to the inside, half a second back. Too far to lunge. He's setting himself up for turn 17. Nah, thought better of it. Realized there was going to be no net gain. But man, Diallo went seriously wide. Joe to the bottom. They made contact. Diallo holds on to the race lead. 4 to go from Sebring. It's going to come down to the last corner, I'm telling you. Unreal stuff. The ice skate to turn one. Diallo goes wide. Right side's up near the clay. Joe to the inside. The drag race for turn three. Little room for two machines to run wheel to wheel. But Joe just had the advantage back to turn five. Into six. Wheel to wheel. And entering turn seven. Diallo wants the switch back to the inside. Joe, a look back to the outside. Top two, dogfighting, back to Collier. Omar Diallo takes back the race lead, but Joe powers around the outside. This is great. This is unbelievable. The art of racing in the rain, shown on full display on this Tuesday night. Joe left sides in the grass. He goes around. He goes around. Down near 15 and 16. Joseph Armstrong may have just thrown this race. Omar Diallo, top of the board down the Holman straight. Burrows into second. Kendall Carpenter now looking for third as Joe gets it refired. That could have just been the race, and it's thrown away by the 22. Oh my days. Can you believe it? Burrows fights in second. I just don't think there's going to be enough time. I think that was the nail in the coffin right there. There's no shot they make that time up unless Omar Diallo makes a big mistake. Oh, I just cannot believe what we're watching. Caution-free race. But the 16 has made a mistake before. Multiple times in this race, to be exact. This is the battle for second. Kendall Carpenter, Mercedes, sits in fourth. Now we saw that rear end sliding. We knew that was going to be tough. Here's the deal, though. Diallo absolutely fought tooth and nail with Joe. And Burrows is 5 seconds back, now closing. Can Lamborghini make a late lunge at Porsche? Porsche has been absolutely perfect tonight. 3 to go. I think he may get to him with maybe 2 to 1 second difference. Unless you just see the mistake of the century at Diallo to throw this race away. Joe to the inside of the Lamborghini. They'll fight it out for that second position. Omar Diallo. He made mistakes, but he made less mistakes than the competition. It's so easy to go ahead and throw it away when racing in the rain. But it's never over until that checkered flag waves. The only time it's truly over is if you give up before you cross the start-finish line. Burrows 5 seconds back is gonna need an absolute miracle for things to go his way. Down the Ullman straight. 5 seconds the difference between first, second, and also that third position. This is where we've seen Omar get really wide. He struggled on the runway portion of this Sebring track, but he will only have to navigate it 2 more times up near the outside. He hit the wall. He just hit the wall barely. I'm telling you, if I'm his spotter, I'm saying get away. Just get away whatsoever. That could have been a disaster out of that number 16. And he clipped it, by the chin. Carpenter on pit road will throw the fast four away for Mercedes. Was not able to make it to the end on fuel. Diallo, 5 seconds ahead of Anthony Burrows. Joe is now just waiting in the wake. 2 to go from Sebring, and Diallo saying, let's just end this. Thurston to 5th. And he barely clipped that wall. It could have been a lot worse. That could have just knocked him back. This is where Diallo made that big mistake originally that costed him that 6-second lead. Zim up to 6. Have a night. Burrows 5-4. He's closed the gap, but he's gonna need a mistake out of Omar Diallo. Joe's really applying that pressure. Trying everything he can. Burrows. Five back. It has been one of the most enjoyable races we've had in NR Night in America. One of the more unique races we have had in NR Night in America. A lengthy race indeed will come to its final lap as now you see Omar Diallo down the Ullman Straight, heading for Sunset Bend to see the white flag and hopefully put an exclamation mark on a fantastic race. Joe around again. Now 12 seconds back. You see how much that car is plowing. Diallo, inches off that wall. Salamanca, 1 to go from Sebring. Car stuck off the racing groove. Burrows finding his way through. Final time through 3, 4, 5, and soon the big bend to 6. I think he's going to get really confident when he enters turn 10. That's where he made that big mistake. If he can just get through 10 as a tiptoe, he's going to be laughing all the way back to the checkered flag. To 7. And heading to turn 8 and 9. .58 the difference. 5.9 the difference. Final time to 10. Smooth in. No issues. Burrows is pushing it. He has to do everything he can just in case. The twists and turns of Sebring International Speedway have brought enjoyment, excitement to this run. The rain is still falling very much. But as the checkered flag will be seen waving at the start-finish line, it will be seen with Omar Diallo looking to get it done. Final time to 15 and 16. That's of Lamar. What a race. What a ride. Down to Ullman Straight for the final time. Porsche has been resilient and has been able to overcome the biggest situations. They won at Watkins Glen. They're gonna win at Sebring. Final time to Sunset Bend. Diallo missed it. He goes wide. Too far back. Anthony Burrows, one more mistake, won't make the difference. Omar Diallo victorious from Sebring. One last heart attack before coming to the line. Oh man, I cannot believe it. Burrows will finish second. Joe will finish third. Swearinger in 4th, Thurston 5th. Ryan Zimmer back to 6th. David Snook back to 7th. Zomar Diallo will go ahead and burn it down. Let's go talk to your race winner. I'm telling you, this was a very fun race to call. Yellow continues to burn it down. Let's go to Discord and let's go ahead and hear what he's got to say. He's going to celebrate this one for a little while. Ladies and gentlemen, we got another rain race next, but that's going to be a sprint race. Where do we run for round number 3? DL, it's a John. You got a copy?
I do.
What a race. It was full of mistakes, but it was entertaining. Walk me through it. From the drop of the green flag.
Yeah, I mean, I got off to a good start there. It looked like the pace was there, and I think I just burned my tires off because I just, no matter what I tried, I was not fast. So, I mean, then one of those laps I broke. I tried to try a different line and hit rubber and went straight off. Then Joe passed me. Then Joe spun out a couple laps later, and we just, we kept battling back and forth. He finally passed me, but I think I put on enough pressure to where he messed up again because I was still right there. And after that, I was kind of smooth sailing. But yeah, it was just weird. Usually, when you get off to a big lead like that, it's really easy to keep it. But I just kept having to fight my car. But yeah, worked out in the end for us. Take the W. A win is a win.
A win is a win. A win is a win. I like it. Hey, listen. Great job, great race. We know we're used to doing NASCAR stock cars. I know some people are saying, why aren't we doing stock cars in the rain? They're not optimized yet for the rain conditions. But Omar, I'm telling you, man, when you hit that inside wall once, I got nervous. What happened there in turn 17 on the last lap? I called it, but I didn't call it like you were going to screw up. I called it as, oh my gosh, you did not just throw it away.
Yeah, I mean, I was just trying new things. I was on kind of a good lap. Finally put a lap together and was just going to see what I could hit, and I threw it in way too deep and hit rubber once again and went straight. But I knew if I just eased off the brake, there's a lot of just runway, so it wasn't too scary from my perspective. But I guess the viewers probably had a heart attack if they were rooting for me that I was gonna hit the fence. And especially off that last turn, I know it's the way you have to drive this track. You have to get right up by the tire barrier on exit, and there's like a bump there too. So it just, it looks real gnarly on broadcast, I'm sure.
Well, let's go for the voting for the next race. This is gonna be a sprint race, so I'm avoiding Daytona because I want to save that for the near future. But where should we go for the next couple of races?
Is it rain? Gonna be rain races?
It's gonna be a sprint race, rain race.
What do we got?
Monza, Coda, Sonoma, Road America.
Ooh, those are all solid tracks. I feel like Road America could be fun, but
let's go ahead and see what they've got to say. Well, what's your first overall impression of this update? I think you had the same issues too, right? Struggling to load in. Obviously, earlier today, we had a set plan of what we were doing. We had to throw it out. We couldn't even get promo videos out to let everyone know that we're racing tonight. We had to go off of photos that we quickly got when the iRacing went live quickly. But from your perspective, how's this update been?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of expected this to happen. This was the biggest update in iRacing's history, I'd say. So it's just everyone's trying to get on, and the road racing discipline's a lot bigger than the oval racing discipline. With oval, it's mainly just America, North America, but with road, it's all over the world. So the base is a lot more. So that was expected. I think at least we got to race. It's actually a pretty good product. It's a lot of fun. It's there's a lot more things you gotta worry about, and it's really dynamic. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to learning more, and hopefully they can figure out some things. I know with the spray and the racing line, it doesn't look the most realistic. You can't really see much, so hopefully they tune that down. But man, it's pretty good.
Let me ask you this: we haven't been able to test SRX. We're going to test it at the conclusion of this stream for tomorrow's stream. I heard through the grapevines that it somehow works on the intermediates and on the super speedways.
Yeah, I saw some people testing it.
And they have blowovers?
Oh, I did not know that. That could be fun, but from what I saw, they did not handle the best on the intermediates.
Okay.
But it could be a setup thing that you just got to figure out. But I'm sure that car will be fun on short tracks, for sure.
Well, it was exciting indeed. Congratulations on your win. Porsche continues this dominance. They look to go ahead and sweep the night. Is there an advantage with Porsche before I go ahead and question things?
I honestly don't know. Usually it's not the best car. I just run the Porsche because I like the way it sounds. But I'm sure, I don't know, it's real weird with the road stuff. Some races it's like Ferrari, others it's the Merc. Porsche usually isn't that good and fixed, so I honestly don't know. I just run the Porsche because it sounds amazing.
That is interesting indeed. Fun race, fun run. We're going to do just a 12-lap race at Monza Road, it looks like. And we will be ready to bring down the house. Congratulations on the win at Sebring Race.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
We're going to bring it back to our studio here in Nashville. Now, I don't think there'll be too much downtime in between this race and other races, just because I think so many people were logging on. We had problems, but I don't think there's as many people logging on now compared to what it was. We're not going to take the fast repair off. They have definitely gotten to an area where they can understand how the racing is. So fast repairs will now be off for the conclusion of the night, which should be interesting, should be exciting to see how that all plays in a big role. Monza Road, long straights, a lot of bus stops. Should be interesting to see how that rolls on through. 12 laps. 12 laps should be a lot of fun. 5-minute practice, 5-minute qualifying. And then we'll see if we hit 300 likes. Guess what? We look at race 3. Oh no, this is race. We look at race 4. Possibly being at a car track combo we've never done before. But we are guaranteed 3 races here tonight. That's the big thing. We're guaranteed 3 races. And I know a lot of you guys tune in looking forward to NASCAR itself. I don't know how many times we'll do rain racing in the future, including as a race 1 or just a main segment. But this is definitely an opportunity for us to continue to monitor and try things. Well, guess what? Sebring was fantastic. It was an absolute blast. I think that was definitely race of the night. I guess you all would confirm that. We're not doing F4. I do not have F4. Most drivers do not have F4 as well. Does IndyCar have the rain yet? Does anybody know if IndyCar has the rain? If IndyCar has the rain, we'll do IndyCar at Monza. But if we do not have IndyCar rain, then we're not doing that at all. I'll wait to see if we have IndyCar, but we are most likely going to finish it off with the GT3s. 300 likes does not mean SRX tonight. It means SRX tomorrow. Well, I mean, we're having SRX no matter what tomorrow night. We'll probably do that new dirt car that has dropped. That small dirt car that everybody wants, just like racing a go-kart. So if we hit 300 likes, you'll see go-kart dirt racing, basically. It's... I forgot what the name was. I know it looks like a winged sprint car, but micro. I think it's called a micro sprint car. It would make sense if it was called a micro sprint car. So we believe IndyCar does not. Session is up. Password is IDK. We're gonna go GT racing once again. So yes, if we have 300 likes tonight, we will go micro sprint car racing at a short track. We'll probably go to Kern County to go ahead and do that, which is interesting. No wet tires for IndyCar. They're saying it is a no-go. Session up, password IDK. Let's go racing in round number 3. And I know I have to be patient with all of the sessions loading in. It's slow again. It's pretty slow again. We might be getting in there with a couple seconds remaining. If I was smart about it, I would have bought all the sessions ahead of time and scheduled them like for 2 days ahead, and then just go in there, quickly put the session up by changing the time. But I did not have enough time. I'm telling you. I'm grateful for everyone that's tuned in, all the super chats. So let's go ahead and read them out, because you guys have been huge. Today has been one stressful day getting this stream in. Decent, Grattan, Eldias, Eric W. dropping 6. Thank you guys so much for that. This is how it went. Meetings all day in preparation for my in-person broadcasts. Then it went to, oh, it's up. Oh, it's not up. Now there's an issue with iRacing. Darn, I can't record promo videos for tonight's stream. How am I going to let everybody know? I hope everyone has the notification on. Then it went to, oh, it's back. Oh, we're good to go. Let's have the driver's meeting. Wait a minute, can't have the driver's meeting. The overlays broke. Shoot, how are we going to do this? Wait a minute, maybe I need more storage on my OneDrive. I bought $80 worth of storage. I thought the stream died for a moment. We're back. I bought $80 worth of storage on my OneDrive, thinking maybe it was going to go ahead and work. It didn't at all. It had no run on it as well. And then I thought, okay, interesting. Maybe we have to go ahead and reset the entire system. It wasn't the system. There's just some issue with the update, and it did not work out. But at the end of the day, we're still streaming. That's the good news with overlays. And even if I was doing this fly to the bumpy to get this stream started, it was still a lot of fun. I'm excited. Summer's on its way. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to go ahead and continue to broadcast. There's a lot of cool races this year that I'm calling in person. I'll be live on Racing America and Track TV. I know some people were asking if I was going to do any radio. I'm not sure exactly if I'm going to be doing any other PA calls outside of what I'm doing. But it looks like this year will be all broadcast, unless there is a need for strictly PA somewhere. I know I've done, I believe, Salem the last 2 years. That's been a huge tradition, but Salem's now moving to July. I would love to do Salem. I'd love to do Salem, whether as a broadcaster or PA, but it depends on how things go. Can you tell the class how you say La Quinta? La Quinta. It is very much La Quinta. Gonna be a lot of fun to see the conclusion of this night. Race I'm looking forward to call the most this year. Well, Nashville's always great. Well, I always look forward to Nashville because it's in my backyard, right? It's 30-something minutes away. It's an easy drive in and out. Get there early in the morning. The driver's always great to talk to. I would say I am looking forward to Bristol. That street stock race will be really sweet. I can't say too much. I can't say too much. Now that I'm thinking, I'm like, ooh, wait, hold on. I have not been able to say a whole lot. You hear that? It didn't take us any time to load into this session. Session's up. Passwords IDK. Ladies and gentlemen, 12 laps from Monza. So we get ready to go green. Oh, look at that. Mosteller is now in a Mercedes. I would love to see a Mercedes win tonight. It's cool that Porsche's now won twice, but let's get another manufacturer up there. Let's see what they've got, man. Porsche's just on fire, which is great. It's so cool because in NR yes, we talk about how Ford, Toyota, Chevy wins, and I know that there's Chevy Ford loyalists in NR in America for drivers and viewers. But man, Porsche went from not winning at all to winning back-to-back, went in the top 3 for race 1. Lamborghini bounced back big time in race number 2. It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be very, very exciting to see what's next. It is open set, but we're not gonna have a lot of time to jump around and have drivers make setup changes, so we're not really worried about that. 300 likes tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We will see micro sprint cars at a dirt short track. No idea how it's gonna go. Another track, another car track combo where it'll be nothing but just the questions of what's to come of it. But I believe it's gonna be awesome. Yeah, Monza Race 3 is up, just 12 laps, the sprint race in the rain. And we have not seen a caution since Watkins car. We haven't seen a caution in about 2 hours. But we see one tonight. Monza's known for cautions. It's so funny with the Watkins, Glen, where it's known for late restarts. Monza, where it's known for cautions. And Sebring, where it wasn't known for any cautions, but just great racing. Very, very interesting indeed. All right, we're rolling around this track. Let's go see it. Kelly Potter. Oh, very, very smooth in and out. Max Swearigan. Braden Movick. Let's go talk to Movick. Let's go see what Big M's got to say. It's going to be a lot of fun. Movick, so John, you got a copy?
Yeah. Hi.
I know we've interviewed drivers recently, and last time we interviewed 2 guys, they spun out and lost the lead. But this is qualifying. This is different. Have you been watching the rain races up to this point?
No.
Why'd you say it like that?
Because I'm trying to concentrate, John. You did this on purpose.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I would just, okay, I won't speak in a braking zone. How about that?
I mean, that's fine. I'll speak in a braking zone because this is my warm-up lap.
Oh, okay.
But-
I mean, I can speak whenever I want then until you're on a hot lap then.
Yep.
All right, well, talk to me about this paint scheme. Peach Vibe, is that the Celsius?
Yes. Celsius flavor.
Why are you guys picking Porsche? Why is everyone picking Porsche? I am guessing they're just the best at it right now.
Because people think that's the best car, but in reality, like, the best drivers are just picked to drive it. So they think the Porsche is overpowered.
So then why are you driving it?
Because it's the only one I have.
Oh.
I like it.
I mean, it's a cool looking car. Porsche's gone back to back. They may sweep the night. Have you tried the micro sprints yet?
Yes.
We could see that as race 4 if we get 300 likes.
That's something.
It's something. Uh-oh.
That's something right there.
Is it something good or something not good? Oh, we can't
say not
speak.
good.
You're on your... Hey, everyone stop talking. Braden Movick's heading to turn 1. Oh. Damn, really low. You're staying away from all those puddles.
Yep.
Look, I love the elegant. So much class that you just have down in turn 1 right there.
I ain't taking no chances, John.
You remember that broadcast call when Shipper and was dialing in Braves players when they're up to bat?
Yep.
We're doing that with all the GT races we do. Do you like that? We've done it once with you in the past.
Yeah, I almost sent it gone forever Aaron Hernandez into the wall.
Yeah. Well, you avoid the kitty litter at Monza. Talk to me about the track. Don't talk about it in the braking zone. You can stop talking. It's okay.
It's Monza's a track, man. It's just
It's a
designed by Italians. So a little, always, as usual, as Italians are, they're overrated. The track is overrated.
That's wrong.
Just like Ferrari. But yeah,
You've always
we're
been very opinionated.
I know. This is my first NR race since the Florida 500, so I'm in for an experience of it.
Well, hey, drivers have been talking about they can't see when they're in line, but we didn't have a caution at all at Sebring.
Blessed God damn it, John! Talking to me in braking zones, just ruined my lap.
Oh, hey, I wasn't driving the car there. You know?
God damn it, John!
Yeah, sorry.
You did this on purpose.
But you have another lap, right? Don't you have another lap?
I don't have time. I have 45 seconds.
Okay, well, right now you're tracking. Oh, no, you're not tracking good at all. Oh, yikes.
Can't track when I go off track.
Yeah, but you're Braden Movick. You are what you consider the people's champ.
I'm the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
The best there is when I
No one
screwed
can
up
dispute
sector
that.
3. I don't know about that.
That would have been a 2:07.3.
2:07.3. Let's see what you get here, though.
I would have beaten Ethan Stanley with that lap.
Ethan Stanley didn't beat Max Swearingen. You put Max on top of the board. Let's see where they're not giving us a time yet on you. Oh, yikes. Invalid lap time, Braden Movick.
Yeah, well, me taking it so easy because I'm talking to you, I gained a full second in the braking zone of turn
You need
one.
to be resilient. I think that's your problem. You say you're the greatest driver, but you're not resilient. If you're resilient, you would have made the NWP 400 last year.
I did. Well, the NWP 400 was fraud. All right.
No, you can't say that. You cannot say
I got
that.
wrecked on purpose in a duel,
No,
and that guy
you
went
did
on to make the
not.
race and then backed out.
You
so
were in the race. You were in the race, and then you said, "Hello, Dale Greenwood. Here I am." And
it's because he said Dakota Kai was not good looking, so I had to.
well,
I
you're not.
had to take
What's your
care of that.
iRating on road?
Like 1800.
Yeah, you're starting 17th. Good luck. Wow. Okay.
Damn.
Well, here's some
I would have
updates.
started P2.
You would have started
But I
P2
didn't.
if you just didn't make a mistake, but you made a mistake.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, but guess what, John? I want you to bring me in about lap 4. Actually, no. Keep me in for the first lap.
you're
Keep
gonna have
me
to
in
hear
for
me
the first lap.
commentate. You'll have to hear me commentate. Are you okay
That's
with that?
perfect.
It's up to them.
Then they-
It's up to the viewers. I mean, you call
If I
yourself the
get
people's
wrecked-
champ.
If I get wrecked, you're gonna hear a lot of words
You
from me,
call
John.
yourself the people's champ. The people want you in here. You know what? We're gonna put a vote up. We'll put a vote up. We have time. Do you want Movick in the booth for lap 1? They're gonna say
Well,
yes or no.
Seeing who's starting behind me, I'm
you
probably not
let
gonna
me
make it to
commentate-
turn 1.
As long as you let me commentate, and when I stop speaking, you can let it rip. We can go on the head of an NR Night in America driver because you don't have the the decibels dialed to 1,000 with
Well,
the
you're gonna hear
overraces.
you're gonna be in the head of an NR driver when he gets sent to the shadow realm from the
You're
people
not
behind him
getting
not
sent
braking.
to the shadow realm. You're
Whoa,
gonna be fine.
Look who's starting behind me.
Gavin
I'm gonna
Austin?
die. I'm going to die.
But you're in a Porsche. Porsche's been on fire.
I might have to just pull in the grass and just let people die.
Stop. You can't say that. You can't be that mean. I think it's gonna be fine. Should I ride on board with you on lap 1? No, I gotta watch
I think
the
you
leaders.
should.
I gotta watch the leaders.
Well, yeah, you're not gonna be able to see me.
We'll be able to hear you.
Yo, yeah,
It's like
yeah,
when a roller
you're gonna
coaster-
be watching the leaders and you're gonna
It's
hear
like when a roller
when I get
coaster.
destroyed.
It's like when a roller coaster passes by and you hear the screams of everyone on the ride. Well, hey, listen, we got the one to go. You want to say those magical words in NR Night in America?
Yes. Let's go, Braden. There you go.
Oh my. He said
You
Braden.
haven't heard that one in a while, haven't
He
you?
said Braden, that's the meme. His name is Braden. I actually got a couple messages about that. We're not getting political. We're not getting political. NR Night in
Yes,
America
my name
is
is
no
not
place for
Brandon.
politics. I would like to point that out. But you,
We're wrecking onto the base lap here.
that's Zachary Choice. Just go in the back. Don't worry. Oh, no, they are wrecking
That
back
is
there.
incredible. John, you were doubting why I
You're
was
not
scared.
saying those magical words. Come on. You have to say those magical words.
Fine. Godspeed, drivers. You are go for throttle up.
There we go. We got to put that on a t-shirt. That's amazing. All right, listen, Muppet. We're going green this time by. Strap in. Good luck. Turn 1 has been make or break for a lot of guys. We may see you in victory lane. Are you ready?
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm scared. Get to my windshield. Like, God, I almost died.
I'm excited. I'm excited for you. This is a big opportunity to see you find victory lane.
This is a big opportunity for you, not me.
Are you ready? Are the viewers ready? I'm excited. This has been an exciting night. It's been a fun night. Here we go. Pace car on the pit road. Max Swearingen and Daniel Mosteller will bring the sprint race from Monza to its heels as we go ahead and light the fuse from Italy. The brace for turn 1. Mo's going for a slide.
I'm scared.
He's in
I'm
the
scared.
grass. Oh no.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
2, 3, 4 machines off. Does Braden Movick make it through?
No. Astromalid.
Oh, he's in the grass. And do we have to throw a yellow? I don't think so. They got through, but Demos completely missed the corner. He has a slowdown. Max Swearingen, new race leader. All right, Movick, walk us through right here. You're still tough in a big situation. You're back in 19th.
I can't see anything. I'm not the afraid of some higher power that may or may not be
You're
there.
heading to Sector 2. This is where a lot of drivers go off. They underestimate the braking zone.
Don't care. Don't care. Sir.
Oh, you got through one. Oh, he's going around Braden Bubick. Caught live on camera, and he is outside the top 20. Look at this battle for the lead. Joseph Armstrong up to second. Chad Thurquist in the third. Hey, champ, where'd all your friends go?
They went to hell.
Hey, you said you're the best road course racer. I'm telling you this right now. I think Max Swearigan has got some
What
serious...
is in the name of Gandhi that I say I was the best road course racer?
Oh, that was Joe. That was Joe. I think that was Joe. Well, Joe's in third. All right, we haven't seen a caution in a while. We're probably due for a yellow in this sprint race. If we get a caution, you stay out.
We're dead. Gavin Austin killed me.
We're just still pointing in the right direction. Oh, no, you're not. Caution's going to wave.
That's good. That's a yellow, buddy. That's a yellow.
Wow.
You know what? I'm going to have to kill Richie for that one.
Oh, my gosh. I just realized what you meant by that. I just realized what you meant by that. For the ones that don't know,
damn you, Richie!
Richie went up to Gavin and said, if you wreck Braden Bubick, I will be a fan of you. And I think we just saw that. Well, let's go right on with you live, since you were just in the middle of all the action. Since your race is now done, walk me through this entire run. Start with heading to turn 1.
I'm so red with rage right now.
Oh, I mean,
I regret being a good person and giving Gavin Austin my phone charger so he can charge his phone and call his parents in Daytona. I would now regret that decision. I should have left him stranded there.
oh, that's really sad.
Well, it's his fault. He deserves it.
But if you look at it in a better light, you had the opportunity to be up there with the front runners, but you made a mistake.
Doesn't help that I would have seen Jesus in turn 1 anyway.
You're so frat. You're so frat.
You're a jit. You're a jit.
And the Florida slang. Yeah, he goes to Daytona twice, and all of a sudden he's, all full grown now. I'm looking at this right here. What happened with Gavin Austin before we see it?
No, that's behind Oak. I just saw like the Berlin Wall in front of me of spray, and all of a sudden there's a damn Ferrari sitting in the middle of the racetrack wanting to die. And lo and behold, I hit it.
Brandon Bubick, you are a character. I'll give you
it's
that.
It's a low score for Gavin Austin.
Did he wreck you on purpose? Because if he did, it's an L5 penalty.
Unintentional. He was ass backwards, trying to tie his shoes.
Trying to tie his shoes?
Yeah, because he can't.
Ooh, some people are saying you're not their people's champ. How do you feel about
that? Say that, but there's still no other way. There's no other way to go about it. I'm the best there was, the best there is, the best there will be.
Was?
Yes, John. I'm the best of the past, I'm the best of the now, I'm the best of the future.
Wow, you are loud. Yeah, it's great to have people usually this loud. We don't have interviews this loud. Well, Muvik, you have now not disqualified, you're now DNF'd out of this race.
I ain't finished.
You're not done?
I'm that little twerp.
No, well, stop the F-bomb. This is a live show. We got families watching. You gotta calm down there. You gotta let it back a lot more. You've been dropping a couple.
Families, if it was
all right, we're gonna have to let Brandon Bubick go because I'm not gonna get in trouble for that. All right.
This creep is just sitting under the bridge like a goblin, and all of a sudden there he is.
The front line for Brandon Bubick. Hey, listen. It was fun, but I gotta ask, are you happy about Rain being it? Like, honestly, are you happy about Rain being it?
Rain is great. Rain is great. We just need more talent. We need more talent here.
We went caution-free at Sebring.
Because you said, oh, right in the back, we stay green.
It's a massive track. If they're in the grass and on the racing surface, there's no point.
Oh, well, unreal.
Well, I gotta ask you this, Brandon Bubick. Are you gonna become
These people have just witnessed a live murder, and we're not calling 911 already?
We called the caution.
It's not 911.
Well,
my leg is broken.
Okay, well, hey, I always said I would love to show drivers' personalities. We definitely got your personality here tonight. Listen, it was fun hanging out with you. We wish you would have completed that first lap. I said I was
so
going
did I, John.
to stay with you the whole lap. I should just asked if you were possibly going to stay on the racing surface, but that didn't seem to go as planned. But hey, there's more races in the future. We know you're going to be up there. We know you're going to be strong. Why should people root for you, and why do you consider yourself the people's champ?
Because I just showed it. I always bring the entertainment, no matter what. If I'm last, first, in the middle, upside down, or leading, I'm the best. And I bring the excitement, I bring the entertainment.
So now you're the best.
I'm the best there was, the best there is, the best there ever will be, John. We've been over this multiple occasions.
So you're going to become the first 3-time e-ticket event champion.
Yeah. I already count myself as the first 3-time e-ticket winner.
No, you're not, but you're not.
Because let's see, what happened to the California 500? Oh yeah, Coke champion, Coke Final Four, me.
Final Four. Final Four.
I was the only one. The only non-Coke champion or Final Four participant.
You are
in the
amped
top
up
5.
tonight, my man. We were having such a professional, fun stream, and you just came out here.
Well, I had to bring the fun, John. It's like when national television gets past like the 10 p.m. East Coast hour. That's when you can go from PG to PG-13. That's where we are.
Okay, well.
Hold on, I found Oak.
Well, I'll say this. It's interesting. You are a 2-time e-ticket champion. Are you the best out of that club?
Well, obviously, because the other two are washed. I haven't won 2 years.
Man. Oh, that's going to send ripples. I don't think a lot of people are going to like that term.
Well, I don't care. The truth hurts sometimes.
All right, well, you say that, and Chad Thurquist is sitting in second in this race.
Okay, because he's been on the game all day.
No, he hasn't. He had work all day. Listen, at the end of the day, it's been a lot of fun. We would love to see you for race 4. But Braden Movick, we're going to have to step aside because we have the one to go. Good luck for the rest of the night.
Wahoo!
That was interesting. I don't think I've ever had an interview that interesting. No, in person I've had one interview that was really interesting. And if you know very much. Let's get ready for the restart. This has been one heck of a night. Very fun night. We're back tomorrow night with SRX. It'll be the final stream before we go ahead and say goodbye until Tuesday. And then Tuesday, we'll be back for some more NASCAR Stock Car Series racing. Let's get ready to go green. You know, we've never had an interview like that ever. I'm reading the chat. Some seem to be split on it. They seem to be split on what they see as Buffett. But his personality's always been like that. Forever, he was the most disliked driver. Then he became very well liked. You know what? I guess there isn't more than one Braden Movick. So if you do come for the family friendliness and the professional broadcasts, you still have that, but drivers are their own personalities. These aren't robots. These aren't AI. These are real people. Let's get ready to go green once more. Lights off, top of the pace car. Max Swearengin there in that number 20 machine. Chad Thornquist, Joe Armstrong. Kylie Potter. 9 to go from Monza. Slipping, sliding into turn 1. A 1 BMW to the outside wall. That might have been Zachary Trull. Swaggy in the crash, forced to do a slowdown. Joe and Thornquist get away unscathed. Thornquist closing the gap. He's there in third. He's always been really strong. But Joe is looking for his missing win of the day. He thought he should have had that one in race 2. He was very strong in race 1. He can back it up here. He most definitely will go number 1 on the power rankings. 9 to go. River Page, William Schmidt, they all get through cleanly. Page thudded out of the outside lane and into the kitty litter. Mosteller and Mercedes ease up the 6. And Schmidt's in 5th with Ferrari. It's a Porsche, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're a Porsche fan, you're just living the dream right now. Slipping and sliding, heading to the Parabolicas. Looks to the inside, Chad Thornquist. That's turn 8. A little bit of banking, standing water down on the bottom. Chad Thornquist will now slot himself into the 2nd position. Schmidt in 5th. Stuck in a monsoon. Looks to the outside of turn 1. It's gonna be tight. You can just see Demos on the outside very late, trying to get to the braking zone. We'll have a slowdown, and Anthony Burrows will continue his quest. Max Swearingen, your race leader, heading down into Grande, holds on to about a 9, but Chad Thornquist looking to get 2 of the 3 wins out of this string. If he does, he'll be definitely in the Power 5. I mean, he already has 1 win. He was not able to compete at Sebring. Didn't know the race was going to happen. Nobody really knew that race was going to unfold, and finally it did. 8 laps to go in this sprint race. Swearingen slices to the chute of 4 and 5. Eight laps remaining in this race. Let's look for the battles on track. David Joyner. Joyner in 7th. Mosteller, a loose Mercedes, will allow David Joyner to close on in. Thornquist mistake. Down into turn 7. Half a second the difference between the top 2. Lined up on the inside. Kelly Potter looking for a move. Chad looks top, no give. Maybe looking to the bottom, no, still stuck nose to tail. This is what he sees heading to turn 1. Hey, he's so quick off the Parabolicas. But turn 1, Max Swearingen's been tough. Now last time he completely missed it. But Chad runs around the outside and locks it in before the hard braking zone. Absolutely elite right there. Bravo. Chad Thornquist. Now can Max Swearingen get him back to Grande. Turn 2. The sweeper. Now you may want to take this flat out. You're not going to take it flat out this time around. Lined up. Oh, Max. Well, he thought about a lunge. It's not going to work out. Chad will have him cleared on all ends back through turn 3. Burrows outside. Potter inside. Wheel to wheel. No give. All take. And Potter lines himself now up into that fast 4 River Page. In the pink Rexy on the bottom. Mosteller outside of the Mercedes, hand over fist, and that AMG is showing the speed. But man, he's been struggling, and now he's going to go out into the litter of the left sides. We'll lose 1, we'll lose 2. Marty Shimelo there in, I believe that's Lamborghini. Yes, it is. Finds his way through the Mosteller machine. What a race we've had at Monza. Absolutely phenomenal, and there goes Shimela. Off at turn 7. Mosteller with a slide. Swears in. The gap that's closing. The Parabolicas have been the big equalizer. Can he get the drive off? A 99 back. Was a full second at one point. Flirts with it. 6 to go. Paige, Mosteller. There's Chad Hornish. There's Kendall Carpenter. William Schmidt inside looking. Chad Thornquist. Just 6 laps away from winning 2 of the 3 races on the night. The only thing is, Max has not gone quietly into the night. We thought for sure he was going to be a driver that would probably go belly up if he lost the lead, but that has not been the case. Look at Chad Hornish battling back for 8th there in the Ferrari. Sports car racing is so fun and unique. There's Braden Mother. He's trying to limp her home, but I don't think it's going to work out. Thornquist, Swearingen, Swaggy, left sides in the grass, heading to 6 and 7. Should we say 4 and 5? Heading to 4 and 5 in that little chute at the top of the key. Chad, very few mistakes on the night. I mean, he's been the one that's almost been picture perfect. And Max is looking for a big time win on a road course he's never gotten it done before. This is what he sees. Has to pull out a line to the inside just to make sure he doesn't run in the back of the O2. How about this? It's a Porsche Fast 5. Can you believe it? Absolutely electric. Mosteller, River Page. Page goes around, up near turn 6. Out of harm's way, we stay green. Top 3 are about a second and change in between each other. Relax, yellow's on. Let them race. Nine back, 9-1, 9 flat, and 8-9. 5 laps to go. It's all Chad Thornquist, your leader, but for how long? I think Max is going to still have that big opportunity. Maybe not. Goes for a slide into turn 1. Misses Chad Thornquist, does a full loop, and gets it pointed in the right direction. Crowd's loving it. He's going to have to give those spots back and the slowdown. Will make it up in the slowdown at turn number 3. That's where he loses all of his time. In iRacing, you can make up that time in the braking zones. And Chad will scoot away to about a 6 and maybe a 5. How did he not go ahead and be forced to use the slowdown? I'm not sure. Joe Armstrong, 3-5 back. 5 to go. Mosteller up the 4th. Oh, fighting hard here with Hornish. Sneaking his way through. He just did that full loop. Finally was able to go ahead and give that time back. But since he went for a slide and technically slowed down, it wasn't a big let-off that he had to deal with. Oh, Joseph Armstrong in the litter. Makes up time. Are they clearing black flags? If so, we have to throw the caution because the top 3 would be, we'll definitely have to get penalized for that. Chad Thornquist, Max Swearingen, Joe Armstrong, top 3, and Joe did go ahead and lose a lot of time after missing that corner. 4 to go. Swaggy 128, 127. One off. Lap machine. Gavin Austin, River Page getting out of the way of the leaders. That's class right there. They knew if they went wheel to wheel with them in the braking zone, it would have been a huge disaster call. But it won't be the case here. 4 to go for the top 3. Joseph Armstrong there in 3rd. Carpenter back to 4th with Burrows, with Hornish, with Potter. These drivers are really all in a bubble of their own. 25 seconds back, but they're racing their heart out. They're having a lot of fun back there. You see Marty Shamela there in the Lamborghini. On his way through, Hornish inside, there are Burrows. Didn't want to give it to the Lamborghini, but the Ferrari will have to yield over with a shoot of 3 and 4. Max Swearengin has been very fast in the Paragolicas and in Grande, but Chad Thornquist still has a 1-6 advantage. The first time we went to Monza on the road course, it was with the Next Gens, and it was a pretty good race. I believe James Thurston won that event. We've also been here multiple times on the oval. Always a blast, always exciting, and you just ask for more every single chance we get. Joe in 3rd, Chad Hornish. Oh, maybe involved in an incident. No, Kendall Carpenter, one of the Mercedes, has lost the nose on that machine. So far back, out of harm's way, we stay green. Turnquist, I think he's used up a lot of front-end brake. He is struggling into 1. Joseph Armstrong missing the corner again. And you will have to give a lot back. I don't understand what that one was all about. Has to fight with Max Swearengin. He's still about that same area. Chad Hornish. Burrows. Lined up, nose to tail. Trying to go for something great. Thornquist, 4 seconds ahead and all on his own. Joe's right there. Looking to make something work. Top of the key, 3 and 4. 4 seconds, now the difference with 3 to go in this sprint race. It's so tough to see. Joe to the inside. Pulls alongside Max Swearengin. Easy in, switch back. Contact between 2nd and 3rd. I don't think Joe is going to take that very lightly. Finds a way around Lovick. Looks for a move on Swearengin, but it's still about 5 seconds the difference. I think if he gets back to him, he's going to go ahead and rub fenders. Now, these are stock car drivers racing on road, and the road course etiquette is very much different than how it is everywhere else. Well, with 2 laps to go, you can only sit and wonder what's going to be the next move for Chad Thornquist, who has a commanding lead. Don't worry about what's going on in 2nd and 3rd. I think Hornish has got the fast 4 top 5 maybe locked in. How about William Schmidt coming back, arriving on the scene? Burrows, Shamela, Potter. This is just a huge group of machines. Mosteller in the Mercedes. No nose on that machine, but it's still pointed up inside the top 10. Through Grande. And so is Max. Down in the turns. Back to 3, back to 4. Something about Chad Thornquist has just awoken. His speed has been on another level. Joe to the outside of Max Swearengin. They bump once twice, still wheel to wheel at the top of the key. He's going to squeeze him, but Max will not be thrown around off corner exit. 2 to go for both these machines. Joe to the bottom, Swearengin into the litter again. Joe should be able to sneak through. Max lost that rear end, but he has the slowdown. Chad Thornquist has absolutely shown he is the driver to be. As second and third work their way through the Parabolicas, it's Thornquist screaming, Salamanca! 1 to go for Monza. Joe looking inside. Oh, sliding that rear end brake. He may give a tap to the back end of the Max Swearengin machine. No, not going to do it, but heavy damage on the nose of that Porsche. Porsche went 1, 2, 3 in race 1, where Chad Thornquist won. Porsche went 1, 3 in change at Sebring, but out in Europe, they sit with another look at the podium spot. Off of Grande and into the braking zone. Max with speed, down off exit. Joe with the peak to the inside. I wouldn't say he's too far back, but if he is going to get bold, it will come down to that final corner. Off the top of the key. Thornquist has to navigate just a couple more corners, and he'll go 2 for 3 on the night. Max Swearengin, Joseph Armstrong. Joe Litter. Both will have another slowdown. Chad Thornquist has just been unbelievable here tonight. He won in the States. He's gonna win out in Europe. Porsche is gonna get another big, oh, he's in the wall. He's in the inside wall. Hits the guardrail once again. Through goes Armstrong. Unbelievable. Can you believe what you just saw? Joseph Armstrong walks it off from Monza. Whoa. But did they clear penalties? And if they did, it may go to Max Swearengin or Joseph Armstrong. Or should we say Max Swearengin or Chad Thornquist, who finishes third. That's big. Because I don't think I saw them slow down at all. I think the lap machine clobbered Chad Thornquist. Oh. Ouch. But now we have to wait for the review. Because we told them after the last time Monza they were clearing penalties to never do it again, including at this racetrack. If they cleared penalties and did not reset, we're going to find out who was for, and depending on who it was for, will determine who wins this race. We're waiting for confirmation. We're going to go ahead and hear and listen. Unofficially, it is Joseph Armstrong, your race winner. Now, they cut a lot of corners, man. I don't think they really slowed down that last one. Same with Max. I mean, I don't know. information, they did not clear blacks. They did slow down for every corner they overshot. And we found out they were going so slow in the corners, they were just clearing them. iRacing itself was clearing. There was no admin clearing blacks. Joseph Armstrong is your winner at Monza. Wow, I've never seen anyone head into the parabolicas like that and throw a race away like Chad Thurnquist just did. I cannot believe it. Let's go talk to your race winner. I cannot believe it. Sports car night in America has shown to be exciting, and we hope it continues to be. Joe, wow.
Wow, indeed. I don't know.
Yeah, wow.
I don't know.
I don't know what to say to you. Why are you
I don't
here?
know I don't know. I joined the session with like 2 seconds left.
No.
Grid at 12. Didn't get a single lap of practice. They all wrecked in the turn. Everyone missed a quarter lap in turn one. Had nose damage. Chad should have won this race. I don't even know what was going on.
He threw it on his own. He got in the back end of Muvik. He said he didn't realize he was going to catch Braden Muvik. And, well, he clearly did. And he thought he was going to have him cleared entering the corner and ran into him. I had the call lined up. I was like, all right, this is it. Bring it home, Chad Thurnquist. Wow, man, Power 5 driver. Wow.
So I'll tell you, I'll be honest. So like what happened, like obviously Chad was 5 seconds away. Me and Swaggy had a really good battle for
Y'all
second.
kept missing the corners. I was worried you guys are clearing black flags, but apparently you guys are so
No, we were serving him. We were serving him.
Wow. Okay, so it wasn't on purpose. You guys are just actually missing it because of how slick the track is.
Yeah, so like turn one especially, like I mean you saw it, guys were kind of just getting in there and just doing it. Like I was trying really hard. So like turn one, like with like 3 to go, I like really missed it and just gassed it up to just try to get the stop and go, or like stop and hope to serve the slowdown. But yeah, I was just pushing that hard to try to at least get to Swaggy, and then on the white, like you know, coming through that little sweeping right-hander where me and Swaggy both missed the corner. I was just trying to catch him, and once I realized I wasn't going to make the corner, I was like, well, I mean, I'll get the slowdown, he'll go back by me, and then, you know, I'll finish third. Like, worst case, I finish third. So when I missed the corner, I was like, okay, I'm just gassing up. I thought I was going to hit the wall, and then got it turned left enough, and then I guess Swaggy got a penalty at the same time, and so I was like, okay, well, I have a second slowdown, so I got to slow down anyways, but he was slowing down with me. So I'm looking at my mirror, next thing I look at my windshield, and like 2 cars both are splitting. One's in the right side guardrail. I thought Chad maybe hit it soft enough to where he wouldn't loop it, but when he came back on the track and was 45 degrees sideways, I was like, oh shoot, like I might have just stole this win. And so I was laughing. It was pretty funny.
Well, Porsche still gets 3 races won in a row. Chad Thurnquist has got to be absolutely just. I don't even know what to say. I'm at a loss for words, Muvik. I called you Muvik. I'm tired. Joseph Armstrong, that you went from third to first. Now, last time Chad led on the white flag, you were in third. That was at Watkins Glen. Walk me through all 3 of these races.
Well, Watkins Glen, I wasn't fast. Well, I mean, I was like second or third fastest, and I finished probably where I should have finished in that race. Well, I mean, you know how Sebring went, but that was the commentator curse. I think you got Omar first, and you got me, and
I did the same thing.
I guess you got Anthony too.
I got all 3 of them. I went bid to bid.
And so
I hit from the cycle.
Yeah, it was bad. And then you dragged me into the chat with them, so we were all kind of just in the same chat at that point, just kind of racing it out. It was really fun though, really fun battle with Omar. So that was cool. And then I mean, like I said, with how Monza went, didn't expect to run the race, but I was like, screw it, why not? It's like 11:30, I ain't got nothing better to do, so pulled up and won.
Wow. Well, we didn't hit 300 likes, but we have a stream tomorrow. What track should we do for SRX? Because we have to test right at the conclusion of this race right here.
Well, I mean, you know, Stafford's been on the wish list by the drivers for a minute, so I think that's gotta be in the schedule tomorrow. They don't have lights there though, so that's kind of tough. But
Oh, they don't?
a few short tracks, yeah, they don't.
I'd say throw a few
But
short tracks in there. Maybe a headliner I'm really curious about.
They
the
got
Superspeedway
Daytona.
now. I have to see
It
it.
can blow over.
I know,
It
that's
can blow
why I
over
have
and-
to see it.
yeah,
I'm really curious now what it would look like. Listen, Joe, I'm gonna let you go. We're gonna end this night, but ladies and gentlemen, good news. We'll be back tomorrow at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on the IDK Player YouTube channel. Got a lot of work to do to get that stream ready, and it starts right this moment of preparation of the exciting SRX night in America. And then there'll be no stream Friday and Sunday, as I will be traveling from racetrack to racetrack, getting all the media ready for more races to come, for me calling in person, live on Racing America and Track TV. I'm John Ramos. This has been NR Night in America, Rain Edition. Let's continue to have the good times roll, including with the innovation and new things that we have to offer. Have a great night, ladies and gentlemen. Expect to see you tomorrow night at 8 Eastern, 7 Central. Until then, this has been NR Night in America.